Yeah.
But it's just the
And
idea.
we are
The
live.
idea that you are so swamped. Like,
Hello.
Hello.
oh, well,
Oh,
yeah. Hi.
Apparently, I came in
Just
when
got
everybody's
fucking
dying.
yeah. I just got fucking roasted. Like with you saying, "Oh, Muffin, it's so hard to be you." Anna Kendrick. First thing I saw that video, I was laughing my ass off because she
yeah,
deserved it.
funny.
But it's so hurtful when it's directed towards you. I realize
It's
now.
because Cass was saying like, "Oh, I had to take a break from reading one fan fiction to read another one." I'm like, "Whoa, you're just
Read other
swamped."
ones.
Okay. Hello.
Hi.
How's everybody doing? That good, huh?
Functioning.
Still waking up.
Yeah.
I've been
I am
up since
I'm conscious.
I've been
I've
up
had
for about
steak this afternoon.
6 hours.
I have been up 45 minutes.
About an hour.
20 minutes.
But then again, to be fair, I didn't go to bed till 6. So
Jesus Christ.
not
Okay.
not by my own decision, but because of a cough.
Mm.
You
Oh,
went to
that's
bed
rough.
after I woke. Well, technically.
You went to bed and 2 hours later. Wait, no. At your 6 o'clock, I was
I have to
just
remember
waking up.
EST. I have to
Yeah.
remember EST.
So when you went to bed, I woke up. So his 6 o'clock is your 9 o'clock. Weirds.
Yeah, I was up for 4 hours by that point.
Oh my god. That means you're 5 o'clock, and that's my 4 o'clock. Okay.
Hmm.
Math. So, we're running a little bit behind today, just so I'd rather just get into it. Last time on the downfall of propriety. Oh my god, hang on. I got my notes, I promise.
You got your dice too?
Yes, I have my dice.
Yay! Step forward.
Okay.
Oh shit, I have to get my dice.
Good reminder. Good reminder. So last time on the downfall of propriety, everybody kind of whoopsie made their way over to the academy, in pairing sort of. Reggie and Marina made their way over. They encountered the Viscount Rodart, who's a bit of a prick. Gaius and Avros made their way over, kind of talked about how Lord Partington was a fan of Gaius's writing, as we all are here. And our Balriel made his way over to the academy after speaking with his patron, who is very not pleased with him. Madeline went home quick to find some poor adjacent clothes for when she goes to the rabbit's foot later. You're muted, Rojan.
Wow.
And wow. Poor adjacent clothes ran into her mother and father and had to break the news to them that she had invited Gaius Tybalt over for dinner, much to their displeasure. I put in my notes, all the players finally arrive at the academy, fucking finally. And then they all check out Avros, who is kind of mentoring the children with dueling. They also got to duel. Gaius defeated a 10-year-old, and Avros
Wrecked
and Reggie
that kid.
dueled. Yes, he did. He went home. He was like, "Dad, take me out of dueling now." And then Avros and Reggie dueled. Avros totally beat Reggie, and nothing else happened. And then Madeline and Gaius and Sonari had a fun conversation where Madeline kind of confronted Gaius about his reputation, and how her parents were decidedly not pleased with her. And in my notes, I wrote, Gaius massively hits on Madeline, and I blushed so hard hearing it, gang, I almost died. And then Marina, Reggie, and our Belriel went to go meet with Headmistress Holt, who kind of is obviously the headmistress of the Academy of Our Lady of Life. She kind of runs a lot of the classes there, and Marina is her teacher's aide. And they kind of talk with her about what they've found regarding the investigation of the death of Lord Partington. And they were wondering if she had anything that could possibly help them. She went to go find an item that could help them, which is a lantern that can reveal the footsteps that were made within the last 24 hours or so, as long as they're not affected by the environment or anybody messing them up. Our Belriel pitched the idea of a school charity, like fundraiser thing to Headmistress Holt, and they had a very interesting conversation about that. And then they kind of made plans to meet at the Rabbit's Foot later. Am I missing anything? There's a lot.
Sargenty idol.
Huh?
Sargenty idol.
Oh yeah, Sargenty and Idol is gonna be later that night at the Rabbit's Foot, which Gaius wanted to go check out and possibly bring Madeline to and show her around, and also just maybe look around for clues a little bit on who, if the murderer might have made his way down there. I can't remember anything else.
Our Belriel wasn't going to the Rabbit's Foot with them, but he did send his familiar with Gaius.
That's true. And he also invited Avros over for a dinner. There we go. I think that's everything. Oh no, because at the very end, Reggie made his way over to the barracks, where there had been like an attack earlier, or like some kind of a ambush, and the knife that had pricked Lord Partington on the night of his death went missing, and nobody knows where it went. And I think that's where we left off. Okay. I'm kind of vibrating a little bit from all the energy I've had, so.
Good.
No, it's
What
not.
happens when you have monster for breakfast?
It wasn't a monster. It was from Caribou. Okay, let's go, guys. What do?
Think.
I would say it's about mid-afternoon. I think where it left off, Marina still had some classes to attend to, but I know I messaged you about this, Weirds, but were you gonna go to look for the footsteps before or after?
After the Rabbit's Foot?
Yeah, before or after?
I believe it's going to be after a few numbers at the Rabbit's Foot, because we need to at least meet up as a group and have Marina do her magic.
I only ask because when you had originally investigated the footsteps, you do see that they lead into the city, which is where
Right.
the Rabbit's Foot is, like deeper into the city. So
Yeah. I would say he does remember details about the footprints. However, that gets muddled in the city, especially since it's work stone and not actually dirt, mud, all that kind of stuff. So the best bet is to meet up at the Rabbit's Foot, wait for Marina to show up, and then as a group go out and double check on those footprints. If those ones behind the house are not good anymore, we have a second set. The ones at the barracks.
okay. Sounds good. Gaius, you
Yeah.
mentioned that you wanted to head home momentarily, I think.
Yeah, because he needs to get ready for tonight.
Okay. Anything you're wanting to do at home?
Well, when he says home, he means his like little apartment in the city and not the family home.
Okay.
But yeah, he's just there to look more presentable for the crowd that he's going to be entertaining tonight, and not as pompous.
Okay. Excuse me. Scenario, Belriel, and Cass anything you're wanting to do in the leeway between where you guys are at the academy and the Rabbit's Foot, you're definitely welcome to explore. Head home, do your own investigations of your own.
Yeah, I think that Maddie would, might walk around the grounds for a little bit, but not really do much, and then just go home and get ready for the party, or party. Get home and get ready for the Rabbit's Foot and all that.
Okay. As you're walking around the Academy of Our Lady of Life, you notice that in addition to being a school for kids as young as 5 years old to as old as like 18, 19, it also houses a place of worship, a museum of sorts with various items from all over the world, magical items, historical items as well. There's an enormous library with some of extremely rare tomes of spells and literature. It is in the heart of the city, and it's a bit of a almost like a touchstone for historical significance here, as well as a school. So yeah, you kind of make your way around. Sonari, are you doing the same?
Sonari probably would be taking a look around, but after she does take a look around and like make any notes for investigation, she would also herself, because she's still wearing like the fancy outfit from the party, and like she knows she wear something better.
As you're kind of walking around, you walk by the nurse's station, I would say. And there's a kid in there. He goes, "I'm sorry, my mom's gonna kill me. I threw up on my best clothes and she just washed these and everybody was laughing at me." And the nurses are like, "It's all right. We do have, clothes you can slip into, and we'll just put your other stuff in a bag and you'll just come pick it up after school and nobody will even remember this in 20 years. He goes, "But I'm gonna remember this in 20 years. And she goes, "Okay." You also can walk by, well, like all the same stuff that I said. So.
Yeah. Poor kid.
Yeah.
I just keep walking by and looking at different things. If I don't see anything interesting, I'll just go, okay.
Okay.
Need to head home, need to get changed and check in on Papa.
Sure. I would say one of the things that kind of is... Oh, 1 second, sorry. One of the things that is kind of like one of the biggest attractions at the school would be that museum. If you're going in there, if you want, you can make an investigation check on some of these items. Otherwise, you can kind of look around at the library on some of these books. Anything you want to do.
Yeah, I think I would make an investigation check in the museum. See if
Okay.
there's anything of past.
All right. Cool. Okay, so in the library, on these kind of stone, almost like, I guess, like kind of like these small stone pillars, they kind of have a display of various items. One of them you can see is a very old book. It kind of has a glow about it, similar to like a sunset or something. When you look out on the horizon out by the sea, you also see a belt, kind of a bit rugged in a different display. There are like various pillars throughout, marble pillars and like this kind of stone marble floor with these really Florida ceiling windows. A belt in there. There's a small potion on there, and there's also a warning below it saying, like, explaining what it's about as well. hanging up on the wall behind. By the way, all these are behind glass. There's like a rapier. There's on the opposite wall from it, there's like this amulet that's got like this kind of shard of almost like black obsidian in it. I would say that there is a similar amulet next to it that's got like a shard that almost looks like if you tilt your head a certain way, there's like kind of galaxies within it. And yeah, those are all the things you kind of look around there. There are
What is
plaques below them. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, what is the potion of the big warning sign?
I guess if you wanted to. Oh yeah, it would say it on the plaque. It's called brain juice, and you can read below. It says this foul-smelling, murky purple liquid has been created by the liquefied brains of spellcasting creatures such as aboleths. They go danger. Anyone consuming this mixture runs the risk of going permanently mad.
Permanently mad.
Yes.
Dealing with a bit too much madness at this point, but I can see the appeal.
Sure.
And what about the Galaxy Amulet? Can I
Yeah.
do an investigation check on that one?
Yeah, it's kind of got like this kaleidoscopic quality to it where you can like see like almost dimensions into it, this tiny little shard. I love that shit. You can read below it that this is a far realm shard, and the crystal is kind of, it says below it, this crystal is steeped in the warped essence of the far realm. And I guess make an Arcana check for me.
13 plus 1, 14.
Okay. I would say that you're learned enough, and there's enough people in the eyes who are kind of magically inclined for you to know, like, just through them, that a far realm shard would be an item that kind of requires attunement by a sorcerer, but it essentially means that you can call upon like a really slimy tentacle to rip through the fabric of reality and make an attack on a creature kind of in battle.
Intriguing.
Intriguing.
And the other amulet, the one that's like pitch black, almost obsidian.
Yeah. As you walk up to it, it's kind of got like a, almost like a vibrating, like it gives you a sense of unease, like this vibrating energy from it.
It's like it drank a whole bunch of Monster in a caribou drink.
Hey now.
The call-outs.
Anyway. I forgot what I was gonna say. So this amulet, I guess, it says below it that this amulet is fashioned from a singular shard of resilient extraplanar planar material, originating from the realm of patron for a warlock who attunes to it. And if you want, you can make an Arcana an Arcana check to see if you recognize anything about it.
Let's see if I've read something about this.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, 15 this time, so 16.
Okay. Yeah. So similarly, just being around kind of members of magic in the eyes. This is an amulet for warlocks. Usually you can use it to cast cantrips that you don't know. Has to be on the warlock kind of spell list, so they have to take from their own spells, but you don't have to, learn it or anything. You kind of just already can cast it. Just make it one of your choice.
Fascinating.
Mhm.
I'm feeling my fingers starting to twitch. How busy is it around here?
It's pretty busy. It's
Damn it.
students going to and from their school, teachers around, chatting in the halls. They let visitors in because it is a bit of a tourist site as well. Just all these items of history and renown, but I mean, people still got classes to go to.
Okay. And I'm just gonna looking at these. I don't think I'll be back for these.
Okay.
This isn't like me looking in a museum. This is a shopping trip.
Sure.
So I was like, I'll be back for these. At a more appropriate time. So okay. So I think I'm good at the moment, and then I'll just I'm done with looking around, and I'll start heading back.
Okay. Are you gonna head back to your house? Are you gonna stop by a shop or?
I'm going to head back to my home in the Eyes, and I'll be popping in to see how my papa is doing.
Okay. Real quick before we do that, our Belriel, anything that you were wanting to do?
Yeah, I think from the academy, I'm gonna hop on my horse and just trot over to the barracks after hearing in passing from Reggie that there was a situation over there.
Okay. You roll up on the barracks. You see Kieran. I guess Reggie, would you still be there when our Belriel kind of rolls up?
I would be with Lieutenant Kieran because I believe I was wanting to check in on Obadiah's and just make sure that he's still alive after that attack. And after I put eyes on him, probably back out in the barracks, examining like the area that got hit with Lieutenant Kieran.
Okay. As you roll up our Belriel, you see Kieran kind of straight and he goes like, Lord Sarveus, I have to say this is a surprise. What can I do for you, sir?
Oh, just passing through, being a bit nosy, if you'll indulge me. Heard from Reginald that there was a situation.
Not at all, sir. I mean, we've got everything quite under control here. Nothing we can't handle here. I assure you.
Kind of just gives Arbaraz like a nod, and then looks at Kieran and just says, "Right. By the way, he's one of
what?
my group."
Oh, that's right. Oh, right. He does like a really awkward bow. He goes, "Apologies, sir. I didn't realize that. Yeah, absolutely. Well, goodness, this is a surprise. I just forgive me, sir. I just didn't think this might be below your station a bit."
Well, we were kind of thrust into a situation with each other, so it's prudent, I think, that we know all the details.
All right. Well, at the risk of boring you, I was just about to walk through with Reggie what happened when he was off at the Partington house. And he kind of essentially repeats what he told Reggie, which is that they were just about to put Obadiah's in his, or they were checking on Obadiah's in his cell when the lights went out. He could hear a bit of a scuffle. Something's falling from the evidence room, like hitting the floor, and when the lights came back on. And give me 1 second here.
Pro DM Joey, thank you for that raid.
Hell yeah,
Yo.
Pro DM Joey.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Kieran's not a magically inclined person. I think he would probably say like, oh, like it wasn't just someone flicking a switch. It felt like the magic was like thicker somehow, like pressing down on my eyeballs. It felt very odd. I guess that's why it was such a it was such a hullabaloo. I didn't even know up from down practically until the darkness just dissipated. It was more less the absence of light and more the presence of darkness, if that makes sense.
It does. I'm vaguely familiar with such magics. They can be quite disorienting.
Right. Nothing we can't handle, though.
So
And
you have leads, then, on whoever caused this?
We are looking into... We are looking into things. Obviously, we'd like to talk with Obadiah more, but after that happened, there was... It's difficult because once the light reappeared, it's almost like someone vanished into thin air, and it was very strange.
The situation just screams planned. So it's become a bit of an issue with who's to know and who's not, and the militia has one way of doing things, and I have found a separate avenue.
Well, you spend some time with a wizard and suddenly the way we do things at the Wings isn't good enough for you.
I didn't say anything about good or bad. I just said different.
Well, I gotta tell you, Reggie, I've been up and down the outside courtyard like 5 times, and I'm not seeing like footsteps or anything like that.
The prints that we found at the back of the estate for the Partingtons was located by a spell. If we can match that spell to this set of footprints as well, and find out that it's the same person, we'll know we're on the right track.
And those just stay there forever?
There's a time limit, and I am going to be meeting up with the crew to restart the search magically.
Alright. Because, well, you better hurry because it kind of feels like rain a bit. And as he says that, you can kind of feel like that staticky energy in the air before rain kind of comes, like a buzz. A couple droplets start falling here and there, but he goes like, probably
Rain
wouldn't
won't
want your...
affect it.
Huh?
Rain won't affect it.
That's... No, they said that weather and environment and anybody messing with the steps can also affect it.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, damn it. Well, may I ask that you don't mop the hallways then?
It won't. I've never have.
Anybody mopping.
I don't think anybody has. Look at the floor and you can see it's disgusting. It's very much like no one really puts a mind to cleaning around here.
You mean to tell me that we up in our rooms have to mop, but down here they don't?
Well, that's someone else's job, isn't it? I'm very busy and important.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure.
Now
Okay.
you want me to clean.
No. Why change the status quo if it helps us?
Right. Well, yes, absolutely. Just anything outside is... I mean, he kind of sticks his head outside, does like a big inhale. He goes, I think it's just like dripping, dropping right now, but it probably won't get too bad until like later in the evening, so you've got some time.
Okay. By the way, HV Fox, out of character. Were you able to hear any of that?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I phone call like right when I started. I'm gonna have to step away for like 30 minutes to go rescue my mother, whose truck just died on the highway.
No.
Okay.
But
I hope your mom's okay.
Yeah, she's fine. So I'm gonna leave my camera and everything on because I'm gonna get back as quickly as I possibly can. But I did hear all that, and I'll probably be listening on my phone as I drive down the highway, just so I don't miss anything.
Drive
Alrighty.
safe.
Sorry about that.
No, be
okay.
safe and have a good night.
Hope Mama Fox is okay.
Okay.
It just means it'd be us at the Rabbit's Foot and he's off at dinner.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true.
All right.
He goes, but don't worry. It looks like you've got like at least a couple hours or so. Are you? So, did she give you something to do this with? You can just look whenever.
She has an item that was passed to her by the headmistress to aid in this. So,
Oh, he kind of looks at the clock. He goes, well, school usually gets out in about 3 hours or so. I know because the kids are loud as hell when they come out, and they're always a bit rambunctious. Have to keep them in line a bit, but so about maybe 2 or 3 hours from now should be fine.
okay. Which means right at the start of our search, we're gonna be hit with rain.
I would say, Weirds, that when he says like at least a couple hours until rain, probably about like rain probably won't start up until about maybe 4 or 5 in the evening. School gets out at 3, so
Right.
you got some time.
And we were also gonna be going to the bar to meet up to start the search together,
Gotcha.
which is a nighttime event.
Gotcha.
So, I might start the search early.
Well, just keep me updated. Is there anything I can do?
There's nothing we can do until she's done with classes. So, I'm just gonna get ready for a night out on town.
What, she doesn't play hooky or something? She can't just leave class early?
She could, however, all the help is separated right now. We're gonna group up. What a mess.
Any chance there's... Would you guys have left already? I mean, this is maybe like an hour or so at the academy if you're stuck, if you're looking at the museum.
I might still be there if I was looking around the museum, like, you know, being a sticky beak.
Because, well, you know, maybe you don't need everyone, maybe you just need at least 1 or 2 other people.
Fair enough. I've already got an idea. I might just go and grab that item and start the search early
Alright.
and see if I can grab someone else along the way.
Okay.
Alright.
Alright.
Are you good here?
I am good here. And he puts out his hand to like do the shake again. He goes,
Yep.
like, alright, Reggie, best of luck to you.
Alright. He runs into his section of the barracks, rinse, repeat, and get gone back to the school.
Rinse, repeat. You taking a shower?
He's got he didn't shower when he got up in the morning.
Oh, gross.
Hey, you invited me to breakfast. We were interrupted by an old lady saying, "Come get your breakfast."
Don't you dare!
I'm
Leave
just
her.
saying. I'm just saying.
Miriam's never done anything wrong. Okay, cool. That's fine.
Musk. Anyway, yeah. So, yeah, he just rinses his hair out, runs back to the school. How obvious would it be to spot Sinari?
Are you
From-
hiding, Sonari?
No, I'm just walking around. I
I'd
probably stand out
say-
more because I got a bright red dress.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Not that many red mages these days. She'll be approached. It's like, Lady Sonari, right?
Oh, hello. What's up?
We may need to expedite a few things for the search.
Okay. Should this take long?
Just need to grab the item that Lady Marina has.
Okay.
So
Did you need my help grabbing it, or is this the... Can
this
you
would
ask
be-
for it?
Well, I'm hoping to ask for it politely. However, if they're willing to join us, even better. I was wondering if you could come along and help me convince her.
Oh yeah, no problem.
Okay.
Cass, are you still there?
I think she would have. I think Maddie would have gone home.
Okay.
I don't think that she would have stayed for too long.
Okay.
And then immediately goes up to what he assumes to be a classroom with Marina in it, which is just outside of the headmistress's place, like next door, maybe.
Yep.
Okay.
As you kind of knock on the door and push it open, you see, and I can actually take you guys over there. I'm just gonna switch just because I like the map a lot.
Okay.
It would probably be good as the person running the cameras to actually be in the Roll20 room.
Yeah, that's okay though.
That would be helpful.
It'd be useful.
Hey, do your shit.
No.
Do the thing.
Alrighty.
It's a very pretty map.
I
It
love
is.
this one.
Is it the classroom one?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's the classroom one.
I wanted to make sure before I took us over to the map on stream and just confused everybody because it wasn't the classroom.
Yeah, it's classroom, school classroom. Okay, as you walk in, you see that the chalkboard behind Headmistress Holt, which was originally just regular chalk on the blackboard, is actually aglow with runes. And on the desk in front of her, there is a dead raccoon. And there are students filling every one of these seats. At the front of the classroom in the corner is Marina. She is the teacher's aide, so she has a seat. And as you watch, you see the raccoon kind of twitch and invert its body a little bit and kind of like sit up on its fat behind and then look around, its little nose like quivering curiously as it is brought back to life in front of all the students who go woo, woo, like that. So they kind of don't notice you walk in at first because of the hubbub.
Right. Just kind of start making my way forward. And if the headmistress or Marina notice,
I think you're kind of a hard guy to miss.
kind of hard to miss.
She goes, Mr. Thornpoint, so good of you to join us so soon.
Apologies for the intrusion. May I borrow Miss Partington for just a moment? This won't take long.
She kind of nods to Marina, who gets up and follows you out the door. And she gives like a friendly wave to Sonari. She goes, is everything all right?
I'm not one to question my lieutenant on matters of the weather. He says that the storm is coming in, and I remember specifically your spell or spells don't work after a storm.
Right, yeah, because it'll wash away the footprints or just kind of weaken them. She goes, well, I do have the lantern if you don't mind. Well, I just got back. You know, I don't want to leave right away.
If I could borrow it,
Yes.
we could start the search now.
Absolutely.
Alright.
And she gives you the lantern. As you take it, you feel kind of a sense of cold going down from your fingers to your wrist. It weakens as it hits up your arm, but it's almost like you're kind of a otherworldly sort of pall. She goes, sorry, I should have warned you. It's not...
Don't worry. It's a lot better than hot, I will say. And he just kind of rubs his arm again over the bandage.
Are you going there right now?
We'll have to. We'll start behind your estate. If the signal's too weak, I'll be at the barracks where another set of footprints may lead us.
Okay. And she looks at Sonari. She goes, I apologize, Mistress Villiers. I can't believe it didn't occur to me that you might not have a change of clothes.
Oh no, this is fine. I'll be heading home soon to go get changed. It's okay. I am just assisting Reginald here with his investigation. And I do look fabulous in this dress, so it doesn't hurt to just wear it a little bit longer.
I wouldn't argue that ever, but if you find that you are uncomfortable, if you're heading to my home anyway, just ask for Florence. She'll be able to grab something out of my room that you might be able to borrow if you don't have a abhorrence to wearing someone else's clothes.
Oh no, that's absolutely no problem. Thank you for the offer. That is so generous, Lady Partington.
All right. She kind of hears the children kind of making another ooh sound. She goes, okay, well, I am sorry. She goes, you're going to have to sort of focus on this lantern when you use it. Are you...
I am well disciplined.
All right. She goes, well, I'm sorry I can't be more help.
You've already been way more helpful than I ever thought we could get through this, so I appreciate everything you've done so far, Marina.
She kind of nods awkwardly and she goes, well, I if I can make it to the Rabbit's Foot later, then I will. But since you have the lantern, I guess you don't really have a need for me.
We're still going to the Rabbit's Foot. I have a strange feeling about that, so keep an eye out for me horns, eh?
I will. And she ducks back into the classroom and shuts the door behind her.
Keep an eye out for me horns, say. You're down bad for that girl, aren't you?
Close this door. Okay, it's that obvious. Good.
I'm pretty sure that it could be advertised and you can see it in the far realms.
Just kind of looks down at the scenario like, you're lucky I don't understand half of the words you're saying right now. Just keeps walking.
I just start cackling and I follow him.
Right. Then we shall at least get to the Partingtons. Either stagecoach, hitching a ride, something.
Okay. I would say that there are a number of stagecoaches that kind of make their way through the city. Just whoever needs them.
Taxi!
Yeah, essentially. And as you pull up, you see like a very wizened old man. Kind of his mouth is a bit like scrunched, like he's missing some teeth. He looks over his shoulder at you. He goes, hello, lad and lady. My name is Tonald MacDonald. Where are we going today?
The Partington estate, please.
Ooh, the Partington estate. That is in a part of town that I don't get to go to very often. He kind of goes, yeah! And the horses start trotting in the direction of the Partington estate. Little do the McDonald's have overtaken transportation.
Okay. Okay.
Cass, I did want to ask you, was there anything you were wanting to do at home as you're getting changed, or were you just going to go there, get changed, and kind of head to the Rabbit's Foot?
Gaius, were we going to meet up beforehand and walk there together, or?
I think he probably gave her the address to his apartment.
Okay. So she tells her parents she's going to go meet a friend, and because she's in her grandmother's dress, they don't think anything of it. They don't think she's gonna do anything debaucherous. She already it was already given to her. She's yeah, I think that she heads over to
Darling, which friend are you meeting?
Effie, I'm so sorry. What's your character's name? I keep forgetting.
Sinari.
Sinari. Oh, Sinari. I met her just yesterday at the Partingtons. We shared a room.
Sinari, what's her last name?
Idiot.
Nightfell. That's the name that she was given. She gave at the party. She gave Nightfell.
Nightfell?
Oh yes, I know the Neverfells, but I don't recall a Sinari. How is she? You know what? I'm just happy you made a friend. That is the plus thing. You can see that she is looking worn out from her discussion earlier about Gaia. She goes, God help me, I'm just glad you made a friend who's
Not Gaius.
not Gaia's. She goes, well, we must take the pros and the cons with everything, I suppose.
Yes, like I said, Mother, I did make other friends there, so I'm happy to meet up with her in not so difficult circumstances and to see how the friendship goes. Thank
I
you.
should tell you, I
Yes.
did speak with your father, and he said that we're having your other friend over for dinner, which apparently I'm not invited to. But with that being said, I just got word from your brother. He's coming into town. He was off on a business trip, but now he's coming back. So he'll be here maybe by tomorrow night. If not, then the day after. And we can all spend the day together.
That's wonderful. I would love to see Henry again. It's been too long.
Yes, he's not been himself since that whole fallout with, Elizabeth. If you want, you can give me a history check.
Yes, please. How dare you throw family lore that I have no idea about at me. Alright, it's a history check.
Surprise lore.
Surprise lore. I should probably have my character sheet up. I have rolled 20 up. That'd be helpful.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Okay, let's see. +2.
I should have my notes up about you guys.
13.
You know that your brother Henry had a courtship with a girl named Elizabeth, who was of, oh my gosh, the the Howard family, and they had kind of been courting each other for a while when he popped the question, but for some reason that he did not share with his family, or maybe he did and you just don't quite remember, they had separated about maybe 6 or so months ago, and it kind of, he wasn't quite the same. He was
So did she accept the proposal and back out, or did she deny the proposal?
She accepted it,
Okay.
but for some reason they broke off their engagement, much to the amusement and the gossips of the community.
Okay.
But
Thank you.
hopefully being around family will make things better.
Yes, hopefully. I intend to do whatever I can to make his stay back home a happy one.
Well, he cares about you very much. I know he can be a bit bossy, but he means well.
I know, I just wish that he would let me make my own decisions sometimes. And she looks her mother in the eye and then looks away real quickly because it's kind of like, you two, wait a minute, I can't say that.
Well, my dear, based on your, how we say, batting average for friends that you've picked out, you're 1 for 1. But that's okay. We all learn. She kind of pats your cheek. She goes, go have fun with
Inari.
Inari, thank you. You're getting popular.
Yes,
That's
I
not
go
a bad thing.
It's not a bad thing. Meanwhile, she's just full of anxiety. Of like, oh god, I'm popular. No.
All right. And I would guess that you leave your house and go about your whatever you decide to do next.
Meet up with Gaius at the apartment.
Oh my.
Oh.
So do you just
Okay.
knock, or how are you going about it?
I'm gonna say you want to RP this? Okay.
That's what we're here for.
She's like triple checking the address. What does the apartment look like? Is it small? Is it just like a regular?
It's a decent size, like upstairs, like apartment.
Mm. This is not the time. These are not the correct time period to text when she arrives. So she will knock on the door.
And you're just gonna hear from inside, it's open.
She's like looking around to see if anyone's watching for, and then she just opens the door. She's like, I don't think that well, if it makes sense that not many people would know that this is his apartment, it's fine. Like, that's what she's thinking to herself. She doesn't say that out loud. And then she walks in hesitantly, just kind of stands by the door.
And his apartment isn't like extravagantly furnished. You know, he's got a bed, he's got a writing desk that is just full of books, he's got a couple like instruments against the wall, and just like a couple like, Evie, what are you doing? A couple like pairs of clothes like thrown about the bed. But you hear like sloshing of water from behind a privacy curtain, as like he's just like, yeah, who is it?
Oh, Maddie.
Oh, Maddie,
Fitz,
okay, yeah, I didn't expect you so soon. Just give me a moment, I am just finishing cleaning up for tonight. And just, you're gonna hear him like kind of like jump out of the bath.
She looks down and it goes to the desk and starts like being very focused and reading the titles of the books and like maybe like opening a couple pages, just like, I am not going to look. I'm not going to. Do not pay attention. I am blind. In fact, I didn't see anything. I'm blind in my right eye.
And Gaius is just very nonchalant about it. He's like, he's staying behind the curtain, of course, because he's not just gonna like walk out just like completely naked, and he just gets dressed. Did you find the place okay?
Yes, there's that one strange turn that you think it's you think it's your street, but it's actually the one after that. It only took me an extra minute.
It kind of creeps up on you. I completely understand that. I even keep going down the wrong street, and I've lived here for years. You okay?
I'm fine. And then so you're fully dressed now and away from the curtain.
Like, yeah, he comes out from like underneath, like from behind the like little privacy curtain, and he's got just like the white button up shirt on with like a pair of like blue leather pants, and he's just like kind of just like drying his hair.
Now, did you like pull the curtain when you left, or no?
No,
Because
okay,
if
so
you didn't, and she didn't hear it, and she's still thinking that you're naked.
no, it's not like the privacy curtain like that. It's like the ones that are on the floor, like the
Partition?
Oh,
thank you, the
oh,
partition.
that's Got it. Okay, so not
Yeah, no, it's
necessarily
a
her-
partition.
Okay, so she's still like just not. No, I'm fine. How?
Why are you looking at the floor?
is your- No, I'm looking at the your other books on here. You are you decent?
Well, I mean, if speaking personally, I'm more than decent, but if you mean that I'm clothed, yes. I'm just killing people.
You broke. I think you broke Maltz.
Oh no, the cat.
Yes. Oh no, the cat. But she then like turns around and it's like, yes. I wanted to make sure that you had your privacy when you were.
He kind of like points over the
Eating.
partition. And he's like, that's what that's for.
More privacy.
Ah, right.
I am a lady after all. So, my mother thinks that I'm with Sinari tonight.
Oh, you lied to your mother? Naughty.
All I could think of is fucking Sword Art Online abridged. Anyway, I've given up saying that Maddie blushes whenever she talks to Gaius. Just assume that's just a constant.
Usually people wait till about the second or third time they see me to start lying to friends and family.
Well, given how they reacted when I invited you for dinner, I figured it would be best if they did not know that we were going to the lower, not lower levels, the lower edge, outer edge.
The lower
Lower
edge.
Yeah, we're going to the lower edge, to a tavern, as I've been told that that's not a very nice place to go. Is this dress fine? I didn't. This is the.
Looks fine.
How do they dress there? I don't.
Well,
Okay.
I mean, it's very conservative, but it works. It doesn't scream I have a boatload of money.
Conservative. She's immediately thinking that like oh my god, they're showing their knees and all of these other things.
Oh, they're showing more
She's-
than their knees.
I know, but that's just where she's just like, oh, lower cut dresses and higher hems. Should we cut it?
Let's
no.
not. Let's not.
Okay. I'm not used to going out anyway, and I just want to make sure that I fit in.
We'll just be a little more relaxed. Maybe under enunciate some words. Don't try to be very prim and proper, and you should be fine.
Under enunciate. I'll do my best.
Like-
This.
He
Go ahead.
walks over to like a little vanity mirror and he like starts like brushing his hair and everything and like just spritzing himself with something. And then he like throws on like just like this black vest with like these gold flowers like imprinted on him. And then puts like just a like a blue like hip length leather jacket on.
What time does it? I mean, I suppose it's open time, but what time does it start? The
It's
karaoke. The Silverian
probably,
Idol.
well, if it's anything like any other time, about 30 minutes to an hour after drinking time, once everybody's good and intoxicated.
Have to make sure the audience has a good time, even if the entertainment may not be.
Oh no,
so great.
it makes it so much more entertaining. You get a bunch of drunk people up there trying to sing. Sometimes it just sounds like, you know, a bunch of cats, you know, on back alleys screaming their heads off.
It should be fun. I can't say I'm looking forward to it for that part.
It's fine.
Seems to. And she's like mimic that she's like getting the ringing out of her ears. She's like, I don't know if I want to see that part, but it should be fun.
Do you have a means of protection on you?
I don't carry a gun or anything.
It's like he just he like walks over and he hands you like a small dagger.
Yeah, I think that. And okay, so she gets it. She's like, oh, I actually do have one of the, and she goes around the corner and like pulls it out. She had it like strapped to her thigh just in case, just one of her daggers. I actually have this.
Oh, perfect. Then you should be fine.
She like went behind the partition and came back out for privacy.
But it would have been so funny if it was like a silver cutlery. It's like, oh, I've got something. And it's like
I was gonna say
a butter knife.
Just a chef's like meat
butcher knife.
Yeah, butcher knife.
Yeah. Can you give
I got
me
one.
Gaius, can you give me a perception check on that knife?
That is a natural 24. If I had Gaius' character sheet open, I could tell you the total number.
You can't ever give a shit. You can't ever give a shit.
No, I had Gaius' character sheet open, and then I had to refresh roll 20, and I lost it. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Give you a pass.
But
I mean, a nat 20, you don't even have to look it up.
Perception is 23.
I would say you can see pure decoration. Like it's like slightly sharp, like a knife that you would maybe spread butter with, where you're like, hey, maybe don't drop it on my foot. But I mean, it's got like
it's
roses.
like a letter opener.
Yeah, it's like got roses inlaid in the handle. The steel is just kind of like slightly like blunt on the sides.
He like reaches
honey.
over and like he just like grabs the blade. He's like, this is like a toy. You need something that's gonna cut someone. This, as he pulls the dagger out again, will easily open somebody's throat if you need to.
She takes it. I'll have you know, I've gotten cut plenty of times with that dagger. And as she's like putting it back.
I was like every time I open a letter, I nick my finger.
Which
I hate writing letters.
I have actually gotten like really hurt with a plastic butter knife when I was cutting.
As out of anybody in this call, I believe that of you.
Oh.
Why do you hate me?
I don't. I literally love you. You make me laugh.
You just have the accident prone vibes.
Yeah.
Good. Now you have a knife to cut somebody if they get a little too close or a little too overly friendly with you.
How often do you think that happens?
Depends on the
How
crowd.
often will that happen?
Well, I mean, there's a high chance there'll probably be at least one bar fight tonight. I mean, but in those cases, you back away, you let the hooligans, fight, and you take bets on who's gonna win.
And I think secretly when he mentioned the bar fight, and it's like, oh, I won't participate, but I'll watch. Like,
I only have a little bit of bloodlust.
just a little bit. Depends on who's fighting.
Ah, yes, blood sport, one of my favorite pastimes.
Oh, yes.
That's why I like going to hockey games.
Right?
Yes.
Blood bounces on the ice.
Did not know that.
I didn't know
No.
that either. I'm gonna have to watch more hockey. I've been wanting to get into hockey lately. Or more into hockey.
All right. So he's just gonna make sure that he's got everything on him. He's gonna hold his hand out to her. Shall we?
And she takes his hand. We shall.
Breathe. You'll be fine. This is just like going to. This is like going
Yeah,
to.
it's like I can't breathe in this. This dress is too tight.
This is like going to any other party. Just the food
Exactly.
is probably going to be better.
Well, what are we waiting for?
Somewhere somewhere in the distance, I just hear Miriam racking a shotgun.
You son of a bitch!
Why do I feel like I have a hit placed out on me?
You have a sworn nemesis now.
If you had
Miriam
pull
will
from the
remember
deck of
this.
many things. No, if you had to pull from the deck of many things, and it's the one where you get
The rogue.
like someone randomly hates you.
The
who's
rogue
trying
card,
to
yeah.
kill you. It's Miriam. Or Miriam.
No, it's you have to fight death to the death, and it's Miriam.
Ah,
Why do I hear boss music? And why is it in Latin? But yeah,
Alright.
he's gonna I think once he's all ready to go and everything, and Maddie is properly armed, he's just gonna begin to lead her down the streets towards
Sounds
the
good.
lower end.
I would say that you're about a nice half-hour walk from the Rabbit's Foot. So you do get there. I would say that you remember that the Sargentian Idol is going to start at around 5,
Mm-hmm.
just because there's always a lot of people who enter. So you'll get there maybe about a half hour early. We'll just consider this to be more in the future than what Reggie and Scenario are doing. So while we wait for Fox to come back, we could jump back to Scenario and Reggie. You're in the McDonald's coach. On your way to the
Eating the
party
Happy Meal.
Huh?
Nothing made a McDonald's
I
joke.
want my Happy Meal, please. Thank you. Where's my toy? Oh, my milk.
Sorry.
I'll
take
have the
it
medieval
broken.
meal. One medieval meal.
My diet is
Fox!
Hey, welcome back.
Hello.
Thank Christ. These guys don't know how to play D&D.
Uh-oh.
I'm a DM, of course I don't know how to play.
For,
Didn't even have his
DMs.
character sheet open. SMH.
Fox, I don't know if you were actually able to listen, but
I was not, unfortunately.
that's okay. So, Reggie is expediting the search process. He teamed up with Sonari. They're on their way over to the Partington estate after getting the lantern from Marina to head there. And Madeline went over to Gaius' house, and they are walking to the Rabbit's Foot together. Reggie came up with this plan over at the barracks. So you would have been there hearing that because they have to move it up because of weather. Are you probably heading? What are you wanting to do?
What time of day is it at that point after that plan is made?
I would say it's maybe oh bother. Maybe 1 or 2 o'clock.
Okay. I'm probably going to part ways with Reggie at that point.
Can I get
Because
a tearful goodbye at least?
absolutely not.
Sorry.
Look, I'm not that close to Reggie yet.
He called you
And-
his friend.
Everybody falls for the Minotaur eventually, but I'm not there yet.
Okay.
I'm gonna just do like a slow trot down the street, letting my horse go down whichever road it wants to go down, because I am going to be blind for a while as I spy on Gaius through my familiar that's with him.
Okay. You could probably... I would say that you're still in the streets of the upper crust, so you don't have to worry about being in a vulnerable place. These are kind of like the nicer streets. And you could probably... I would say that there's like a small little park with a stone bench that you could probably sit at. There's a nice little waterfall, or not a waterfall, but like a fountain nearby. Flowers are blooming. It's very well kept. Clearly, they have like a gardener on hand at all points to make sure that this, this sort of public access place is kept beautifully for Sargenty's nobles. And you can grab a seat there if you want.
Yeah, sure. I imagine this is also a part of the city that my horse is familiar with, so yeah, I'll let it take me there, and then I'll hop off. And I'm a snooty noble, so I have no respect for anything. I'll just probably let my horse graze in the park, which is something you absolutely should not do, people with horses. But I'll let it do that while I sit on the bench.
You see a small man walk up to you, goes, excuse me, sir, but could you move your horse, please? It's making pies everywhere on the grass, and this is a public park.
It's good fertilizer. You should know that.
I'm begging your pardon, sir, but we have strict orders to use a specific kind of fertilizer for these sorts of flowers, and essentially your horse is trampling my begonias.
Do you have a hitching post?
Right there where all the other hitching posts are.
You want me to hitch my horse there
If
with
you
the
please,
other
sir.
horses?
There's only one other horse, sir, and it belongs to Sir Tuft.
Are you the groundskeeper here?
Yes, sir, I am.
What's your name?
Why do you want my name, sir? I'm sorry. It's Bertram.
Noted. As I stand up and get my horse and go hitch it.
He's standing there. He's like, I was right to say something. I am allowed to take up space. Well, by the time you get back, Bertram's nowhere to be found.
Oh, Bertram.
Yeah,
I'm so proud of him.
Speaking up is sometimes the bravest thing you can do.
Especially the snooty nobles.
Right. You're really good at acting like one. You can grab a seat on the stone bench. Aside from your horse's poop, everything is in pristine condition. And you kind of breathe in the scent of fresh flowers and greenery as you can close your eyes, and you can see through the vision of your little familiar, who is with Gaius. I think at this point, Gaius, would you be at your house already taking a bath?
Pretty much.
So I don't technically have control over what my familiar does. I can just tell it to do something, but it doesn't necessarily have to obey me. Pseudo dragons. They're kind of prissy when it comes to being familiars.
They're cats.
Yeah. So whatever it happens to be doing at the moment, I will ask it to approach Gaius.
You see it kind of skitters around the corner of the partition. It stops short when it sees Gaius in the bath, feet out like Geralt at the beginning of The Witcher 3, and it goes like... But it dutifully climbs up the side of the rim. It looks away from the strategically placed bubbles and kind of chitters.
Oh yes, the tactical bubbles.
Chitters at guys like...
Everything okay, little guy?
Can you speak through it?
I can, yes. And I will, at this point, have it kind of like clear its throat and Gaius, enjoying yourself?
I'm in a bath, so yes.
What are your plans for the evening? This Rabbit's Foot. You're headed there, right?
Yes, I'm heading to the Rabbit's Foot with Maddie, and I am going to be participating in their little show, and I'm going to bring the house down like I do every time.
Right. Your, what was it? A music competition of some sort?
Something like that.
Something like that. And remind me, why exactly are so many of you headed to the Rabbit's Foot?
I have contacts that can help with uncovering information about the incident that has recently happened. In these situations, I find it that nobody knows more than those in the lower end with a beer full of belly, or a beer full of belly, a belly full of beer.
Alcohol does tend to loosen the tongue a bit.
And how? Sometimes the pants too.
I'm sure you know plenty about that.
I could write a book on it. Wait, I
I
have.
believe you have.
Many.
Multiple. You'll be meeting up with Reginald, yes?
I believe Reggie is supposed to show up at the tavern at some point.
What do you make of him? What's your opinion?
Reggie's a good guy. I've known him off and on for a while. I mean, maybe he's busted me for some petty crime here and there, but honorable guy on the up and up. If I
Seems a little too righteous, don't you think?
never be too righteous.
Oh, I disagree.
Boy's got a very strong code of honor. Something we need more of in the city.
He certainly does the wings proud.
Why? You getting some sort of strange feeling from him? Or is it a strange feeling for him?
A little of both, I think.
Reggie does tend to have that appeal to him for people.
Je ne sais quoi.
I'm also a little bit concerned for the boy, and it almost pains me to admit that. Now, I don't inherently trust someone as righteous as him, but he's been in all the right places at all the wrong times. I just want to make sure that this doesn't get pinned on him.
Well, I mean, being a wing, being in the right place at the wrong time is technically his job.
It is, but he was there when the murder happened, like literally right there. He was the last one to talk to who was the prime suspect. he's had access to the evidence that has now gone missing, it would be very convenient to point the finger at him, is what I'm saying.
I would agree if they haven't already very, very conveniently pointed the finger at someone else.
Well, the person they are pointing at inevitably ends up not being the person that did it. I feel like he might be next in line. All I'm saying is, watch out for the boy. Watch over the boy.
Well, I'll do my best. I'm not really one for head-on physical confrontation unless need be, and even at that point in time, it's a lot of dirty tricks and low blows. But I will do what I can to keep an eye on the boy, as you call him.
And what about the other two? Sinari and Madeline? What do you make of them?
Sinari, I've noticed some things about, but out
She's shifty, right?
professional courtesy, I will not speak on it.
Come on. You can speak to a friend, can't you?
Through a minion.
We've all got our business to attend to right now.
I don't think Sinari is involved in this. Sinari may have alternative means as to needing to be where she is, but I don't think she's the one who did it.
I don't think she is either. I think she's certainly done something, but not related to this. And frankly, it's not my business.
Nor is it mine.
If we're getting the same vibes from her, that's all I wanted to check on.
Out of the entire group, Sinari is the most normal to me.
Normal to you,
yes.
That speaks volumes.
Sinari is just like most people. God damn it, Cass, I just saw the message you sent me. God damn it.
Sorry.
Fucking Christ, that picture. It fucking broke me. God damn it.
I thought you had your notifications off and you were focusing on the game.
I
That's why
have
felt
my
comfortable.
phone up because you sent me a
Yes,
message.
you're on timeout.
I'm sorry.
I have my phone up for like the Discord messages for like the DM chats that we have because I can't be on here because I do cameras. And then I saw I got a Facebook notification from you and I pressed it. Fucking hell. Anyway, she acts as most of the people that I am used to act. So yes. Madeline. I would say is a fish out of water. She gives off that very sheltered vibe to her. Though I see something in her eyes that tells me that she wants to break free of that little cage her parents keep her in.
She does seem rather innocent, doesn't she? Which is a
little
rarity
too innocent.
for someone of her stature. Sounds like perhaps I really hate to go down this road, but it sounds like between all of us, we have a good set of skills to investigate in ways that the wings can't be bothered to.
Yes, thankfully some of us have contacts in the lesser reputable parts of the city.
and some of us have contacts in the more reputable parts of the city. Leave you to your bath, then, Gaius. But if you need me, just let Dane here know, and I'll get the message.
Are you making it to the performance tonight?
Oh, gods, no.
Oh, come now. You must take in a performance.
I'm afraid I have dinner plans.
It'll be very illuminating.
I'm sure it will be. Perhaps next time.
Suit yourself.
I will stop spying on Gaius's bath time at this point in time.
This is why you're one of my faves, Fox. I can always count on you to get the gossip on everyone else.
Of course.
All right. As you kind of see, like, a light dim in Dane's eyes kind of go dark to his usual black curious stare, Dane does a little and he skitters over the side of the bath, nips your toe that's sticking out, and then curls up on the basket of laundry and kind of goes to sleep while he waits for Maddie to show up.
Just like a cat.
Yep. All right, so... Oh, yes. Okay, so let's head over to... We got enough time to meet up with Sonari and Reggie before the break. So you guys arrive at the Partington estate. Tonald says, well, yeah, please give us a great review for riding with McDonald's Transportation the next time you speak with your friends.
Sure thing, McDonald.
It's Tonald. Oh, wait, McDonald's my last name. Yes, thank you.
Reggie will open the door, step out, do the courteous thing.
I'll step out afterwards and, oh, what a gentleman. She's going to love it. I've been just I've been teasing the
You
fuck
have
out of
been
him
on my
the entire
case this
time.
entire time. Yes.
I've been taking the piss.
You've taken it out of me, I'm sorry. At this point, Reggie's just like, alright.
Oh, don't be shy. Come on, big guy. We've got things to do.
Yes, we do. First thing is, you need a new dress, apparently, and knocks on the door.
The door is answered by one of the foot doormen of the house. He goes, can I help you, sir?
Yes, Lady Marina sent us. Is Florence available?
Absolutely, Florence is available. And he walks over to a wall, and there's like a series of buttons on the wall. He presses one with FS next to it. And you hear out a little, like, almost like fairy-like trill of notes throughout the house. Like, it's sort of like something that you would hear on, like, a pan flute. Very peaceful, not like someone ringing a bell, which always kind of felt dehumanizing to me. And you hear down the hall, you see down the hallway, a woman that you saw kind of flitting on the outsides, on the outskirts of, like, conversations of big moments throughout this house. Strawberry blonde hair, freckles all over her face, big blue eyes. She shows up, gives you a curtsy. She goes, Mr. Thornpoint, how can I help you?
Wanted to, one, thank you for delivering that letter. And
course.
two, Lady Marina has given Miss Sonari here permission to grab some more proper clothing for tonight's event that we are attending in the lower edge.
Of course. Can I grab something for you, Miss Neverfell, or would you want to look yourself?
It'd be probably best if I took a look. I don't want to take you away from your very hard duties. If you just show me the way.
Absolutely. And she turns on her foot. She kind of keeps her hands, like, almost nervously together, like out of a nervous habit in front of her as you guys walk up the stairs. Unlike trying to find the rooms earlier in the campaign, Marina's room is quite close by. She pushes open the double doors and she goes, Mr. Thornpoint, if you wouldn't mind just waiting out here, as this is a ladies' room.
I was actually going to inquire if you would Be so kind as to guide her to the gardens after. I'll be in the far right corner.
All right. And she gives you a small bow, and then she turns to Sonari. She goes, Lady Partington's wardrobe is in the corner over there. I think you should find something. You guys are about the same size.
All right. Thank you, Miss Florence. You have.
I will be right outside.
Yes, of course.
As you walk to Marina's closet, you can see that there is a long wall of just various dresses, some for everyday wear, some for formal wear. Give me an investigation check.
Here we go. Ooh, investigation. Plus 16.
Okay. As you're kind of going through the clothes one by one, you see stuffed back in the back of the closet, almost if she doesn't want anybody to find them. There are some clothes that are very out of place compared to her other clothes. They almost look like what one would call streetwear. So
Ooh.
a pair of breeches, a cloak, and almost sort of very poor looking quality shirt underneath it, something you might see that people around you might wear. And she's got two of them, but they are your size.
Ooh. Miss Partington, you have some secrets, I see. Okay, so just like I take them out, start looking at them. Geez, she went all out. These are even poorer quality than what I normally wear.
What the fuck?
Well, I am a higher member of the eyes. I dress poorly, but at least, like, breathable. This is like, this is stiff. She's gone, like, full. Basically, her cosplay is out of this world.
Yeah.
She's
And you can tell there's some wear on this. It's not just something she's worn once or twice. It's pretty worn.
Someone likes sneaking out? I wonder if... I'm just gonna start, like, taking a look inside and you're like, yeah, that's anything in here? Anything in the pockets?
In the pockets, let me give me 1 second here. I would say that in the pockets, you don't find anything in the pockets, but on the breeches that she has, there is kind of a belt sewn alongside the waistband there that's got a tiny sheath on it. That would fit a dagger, but it doesn't have a dagger in it.
Luckily, I have a couple of those.
I should hope so.
And go, yep, all dressed up, nice in my little poor little outfit. And I just go, wonder if I can just do a quick look around.
Sure. What are you looking for?
I don't know, just like, if for someone to have like quality clothes of this quality secretly hidden behind the wall, like where it's unlikely like someone would find it unless you're really looking. She's got a secret around here, and I'm a sticky beak.
Okay. Go ahead and give me an investigation check.
Please give me something good.
And this will be for the whole
7.
room, not just the closet, which you did pretty good on.
Actually, yeah, 17.
Okay. As you look about her room, it's the room of a woman of about early 20s. She has a very expansive library, but it's not usual books that you would see on a lady's library. It's the study of necromancy, various books about different kinds of magic. She has books on there for, and they look quite worn, books about the godly war that took place thousands of years ago. I would say that she's clearly well read, but she's also a tiny bit messy. and as you kind of look around, aside from the library, I would say that stuffed in like the back of like her closet, in addition to like looking around the room, you would see that there are some older boots back there that kind of don't also go with her like her usual clothes, like the fancy ones as well, kind of in tie-in with the clothes you're wearing right now, kind of ratty ones. You can see there's some fresh mud on there. Other than that, there's not much else in her room.
Fresh mud on boots, huh? I'm just gonna take these. What size? Like, from a glance, what size do I think these are?
Like what
Small,
size are
big.
Marina's feet? Oh,
Like, small or big?
I would say probably medium.
I'll keep these for the moment. Probably not quite feasible. I'll remember that these are here, and the mud is like very fresh. Like,
well, I wouldn't say very fresh. I'd say like it's caked on, but it's kind of drying. So like maybe several days or so. She just probably didn't get a chance to wash them off.
Fresh enough. All right. I'll remember about this. And I'm just a bit like, okay, I might be taking a bit too long in here. All right. Stuff my my very nice red dress into my pouch and just and head out.
You walk out and you see Florence there. She goes, "Did you?" She takes a look at your clothes. She goes, "Did you bring that yourself?"
Yes, of course. I feel bad that trying to take anything from Lady Marina, so I might as well just these are from my own servant. Gave them to me as I get motion sick sometimes, and you don't want to get sick on your really nice clothes, so I wear these when I travel. Then I would switch into the nice one. Just unfortunately haven't a chance to switch back. I'm just because I kind of figure if I'm my whole thing is Marina's hiding these. I don't want to snitch her on this until she's told me why she's hiding these. So I'm I'm a rogue. You don't snitch.
Effie, I'm gonna need a deception check.
Yeah, I at least have a +5 in deception, so this should help.
Oh my god. That was the most roundabout answer I've ever heard.
I know. 12 plus 5, 17.
Give me a second. Oh my god.
Please be dumb. Please be dumb.
Florence, you dog.
+5 and seafood bullshit.
You got a what?
I got a 17.
She looks at your clothes. She looks back up at you. She goes, "You throw up a lot?"
Motion sickness, it's really bad.
She goes, "Pardon me,
Don't ever
lady."
read in a carriage. It's really awful, and I'm so bad at it. I'm always reading. Bad habit for my papa. He tells me off for it too.
"I'm not allowed to read in carriages." She goes, "I apologize for being nosy, my lady." She goes, "I can escort you to the gardens now."
Of course, and there's no need to apologize. It's just parts of life, you know? And I just keep rattling off my bullshit as we talk.
"I suppose I don't know, but I believe you," she says as you guys are walking down towards the gardens.
Yeah.
"So, have you known my lady long?"
Oh, we met for the first time last night before that whole tragedy happened, but I don't think I really spoke to her properly until this morning.
"My lady is very generous. She would give the clothes off her back or off her closet to someone in need."
Yes, she has given me that impression as well. The Partingtons have been considered such a very kindly and open family.
She nods once. She goes, "I am honored to serve my lady, of course." She goes, "Every day with the Partingtons, I learn a lot.
How long have you been with them?
She kind of thinks for a moment as you guys are walking. I joined my lady shortly after she married Lord Partington, so I would say... Actually, no. I really can't say. Maybe about 18, 20 years?
Wow, so you must have been there watching the children grow up and everything.
Well, yes, my mother actually served the Partingtons before me, and when she passed, I took on her role as Lady Adira's handmaiden.
It must be tough having, especially with such a large estate, personally. Did you also have the same sort of magic that what was that fellow's name? Obadiah has, apparently, that he could teleport?
That was something that Obadiah asked for specifically, as he had more of a broad role taking care of this house, but I mainly take care of my lady. Wherever she goes, I'm not super far behind. But she's resting now.
I was gonna say, how is she?
She's very worn out. Obviously, Lord Partington's death has taken a lot out of her, and just, she's not, in general, very strong lady. She falls to illnesses every once in a while, headaches and whatnot, has to lie down for many hours at a time.
Poor thing.
Yes, I just make sure to take good care of her. And as you guys approach the doors to the garden, she throws them open. I believe she would probably spot you as you're just like a straight line ahead, Reggie. She goes, Mr. Thornpoint is just at the back end of the garden there for you, my lady.
Yes, I can spot him by the horns.
Very good.
Thank you so much for your assistance, Florence. I do apologize for taking up so much of your busy time.
It's not a problem at all, my lady. I'm glad to help. She turns on her foot and she walks back into the house.
Okay. Alright. And then I just, like, I drop the way of holding myself and just go, alright, let's go. And then walk back over to Reggie and just, like, give him a slap on, like, I try, it's a slap that you would do for the upper back, but because he's so goddamn tall, I just hit the middle. And just like, how you going?
I'm like busy just staring at the gate, and then looking over to the flowers, and then looking back at the gate, and all of a sudden, oh, what the fuck? Ah!
You get karate chopped right in the spine.
I have to cough because I'm in the middle of smoking my pipe. Oh, what the
It's how she makes friends.
Mm.
Hitting people.
I'm a rogue.
I'm surprised. My crew, how's it going? Mm.
I'm good. Turns out that your beloved has quite a realistic expectations of what we wear down the lower edge. Look at this stuff. And like, I'm just like, I literally show it, like, look at it, feel it, like, totally real.
You're not very familiar with the Partingtons, are you?
Familiar enough with their deal of being, like, generous and charitable and all that sort of thing, but like...
Did you think they only stayed in the upper crust?
Well, most of the rich snobs I know do.
That's what makes them different. They actually go in and talk to the people. At least they did.
Well, that would explain the clothes, but that wouldn't explain why the handmaiden didn't know about these clothes. She looked very surprised when I walked out in them.
Probably because the ones you took are from Marina, and at least one of the members of the family is disapproving of her night ventures. more hands-on techniques. So it's, and he'll just kind of dump out the rest of his pipe and put it away. He's like, it's more than just a philanthropy. It's, I would assume, just their way of penance.
Penance?
Well, you know of Lady Yadira in the church? You
Yeah,
have a
I've
very,
heard of it.
and then you have a very rich member who has always been philanthropic. Mash them together, you get a very giving family. Some things are learned through the next generation. Can't really speak for all families, but this one, they're good folk.
I'll be the first for a rich person family that I've heard of, but I'm learning a lot about rich people families recently. Anyway, you're not at that level for that sort of backstory yet. What's up with these footprints? How we going?
All right.
And you can try out the lantern on these footprints, but let's take a break first because I have to pee like a racehorse.
Hey, we're at that time. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. We will be right back. We're going to get up, refresh our drinks, go to the bathroom, hug our beloveds, and come back and do a bit of investigating. All right. Bye-bye. See you in a minute.
Do hate 'em. It's
You hate
because
them.
And
Iron
we
Mouse. You
are
know Iron Mouse?
back.
Hello. So that's
Hello.
a VTuber who hangs out with Sea Dog VA, and she has a room full of them.
Yes.
Oh,
We're
this-
talking about why Weirds hate cinema roll.
I don't
Yeah,
hate
he-
them.
He
I'm
saw
just
he
making
saw
fun
the
of you
cat
guys.
and said
He
like,
saw
"Oh, at
my
least it's not a
cat.
cinnamon roll thing."
He's like, at least it's not a cinema
Oh
roll.
wait,
And I was like,
it's
whoa.
a crane. It's a Japanese crane game prize. It's close enough.
Yes, I won
Look.
Cookie all by myself. I keep her for comfort
Cass-
while I'm DMing.
Cass, don't you have that
She's a-
one?
Cinema roll.
No,
Oh,
don't
wait,
you?
that one?
Don't you have that cat too?
No. I do have others.
We make
like
the
it,
same
though.
face. Okay.
Wait,
This
I've
is
got
my
one
comfort.
too, but mine's
Yeah.
a shark.
I love it.
If I take after this, I'll take out my background and show you guys my stuffy mountain behind me.
Okay.
But for now.
Alrighty. Yeah, I keep this to calm my nerves. But alright, so we are at the back garden of the Hardington estate with Reggie and Sonari. We're about to do some motherfucking investigating.
Right. So
Let me bring us to a map. So just a heads up, Rojan, I'm gonna be changing maps here. Hold on, brother. I should have prepared this, but fuck it.
Should have prepared this. Fuck it. The mantra of a DM.
Really, Alright, I hope this works.
huzzah!
Yeah.
And I'm right in place.
Okay. Can you guys see that okay?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, there's two of you. Hold on a second.
Huh. Where's my second one?
It's on the DM layer. Hold on.
Ah.
Okay, there you are, and I'll put Sonari with you. Hello.
Hello.
Not that close. Okay,
Um.
so go ahead.
Oh, they're over there. Okay. I was
Yeah,
like,
top
I don't
right.
see him on the map.
I promise, I know how to do that at least.
DM
Okay.
layers. So Reggie takes out the lantern. Alright, she said it just requires a little bit of focus. So, and he'll just kind of hold it out and just kind of think about, trying to activate this item.
Sure thing. Give me 1 second here. All right. So you can, if you so choose. You can give me an Arcana check
Mm-hmm.
to essentially turn it on. And then after that, you'll have to do occasional kind of concentration, like sort of checks to make sure you don't lose concentration. Because you're
Okay.
actively using it.
Alright, so good news is that concentration checks actually require constitution, so later on it'll be a little bit easier.
Mhm.
But first we gotta activate it.
Yes.
Have I have not gained inspiration yet, that's fine. Let's see. Alright, so we're starting off good. That is going to be a total of 15.
Okay. I would say 15 more than turns it on. So you feel that cold energy from the lantern that you felt earlier that kind of just went up to like your wrist. It travels further up your arm until it kind of settles in your chest, sort of like a chill through your chest. But the lantern turns on, and it's a cone almost of about a sickly green light. But you can see, similar to that spell that Marina cast before she lost her concentration, you can see those footprints. They kind of have a sort of ghostly spirit emanating up into the air. They're a little fainter than they were earlier in the day, or earlier when you did that with Marina, but you can still see them. If you want to follow them, I would say that every 10 minutes or so, you would probably have to just make a constitution check, or like a concentration check. How would that be, Rojan? Would that just be like...
Heh.
I think it's
For what?
It's the concentration. Is that just a con check?
So,
or?
so technically the only time a person would need to make a concentration check would be if they take damage or something interrupts them as they're focusing. But yeah, so usually the concentration check is
Constitution?
Yeah, it's Constitution. For some reason, I always think it's Wisdom, but it's Constitution.
That's okay. It kind of feels like it would be Wisdom.
Yeah,
but
right?
whatever. Yeah.
You're focusing.
You gotta give Constitution something to do other than breathe.
Come on.
So
90% of the saves are Constitution.
Yeah. So as you are walking forward with Sonari, you guys can make active perception checks as you walk down. There is this path behind the garden out on the other side of the gate that can lead on kind of a winding path down towards the city. On the other side of the path, there's a small hill, and up there you can kind of see the estate kind of abuts up on the kind of first sort of trees that you see of the Vivraeus forest, which is the only forest near Sargenty, but you can clearly recognize it by its orangey gold leaves. Kind of that's just on the outskirts of that, but the forest kind of wraps around the same path that you guys are walking. So yeah.
All right. With that being said,
I would say that you probably can make it about, once the steps make their way and start to enter into the city, I would probably say that's about 10-minute walk. You would probably need to make a constitution check.
all right. Just gonna turn to Sonari, or rather, just kind of turn my head a little bit. If it gets late enough, and the meeting at the Rabbit's Foot happens, I might just send you on ahead to the bar. Depends on how fast these footprints fade. As you can tell, it's already fading.
Yeah, understandable. I'll do a perception check.
Sure.
6.
See.
Man, those footsteps are really weird looking.
Oh, actually, can I do perception? My perception check is like, I'm just paying attention to the footprints. Can I do an investigation, or would it be an investigation on the footprints to see if they look familiar?
Familiar in what way? Like,
because
do you know any?
Because I did just see Marina's boots, and I'm just like, do these match?
You can tell that these are kind of a wider tread. So more of a man's shoe, you would be able to tell, I could say, not a woman's shoe.
Yep, no problem.
But could be a woman with really big fucking feet. You just know that it's a bigger shoe than what Marina had in her closet.
I mean, my 12-year-old cousin is a size 9, so...
God. Is she gonna be a swimmer?
She's shorter than me. She's size 9. I'm 30 years old, and I squeezed into a size 5. For this bullshit.
Australian size 5? Is that different than the US?
No, actually, out of all the things, our shoe sizes are the same as the US shoe sizes for some reason, but everything else we get free.
You're a size 5? Are you like a little doll?
5 to 5.5. Yes, I could fit into kids' shoes. It's fucking awful.
A size 8. Okay, let's stop talking
Anyway.
about our feet on the internet. Let's continue onward.
As for my own perception, 21.
Jesus. Okay. Reggie, as you're walking, I would say that you are keeping your eyes on the footprints, and they still emanate that ghostly glow of the past. But as you kind of glance to your left at the Vivarius Forest, you can see a pair of eyes looking out at you. The entrance to the Vivarius Forest, while it does have these beautiful leaves of gold, it's almost shrouded in a bit of darkness. You don't know if it's the coming storm or just the magic that seems to emanate so strongly from the forest. You can almost feel it pushing down on your skin, but you can just see the eyes. You see that they're a very icy blue, but that's it.
Would you say that with my past activities, I would know a little bit of sign language, maybe in the form of thieves' camp? Given my,
Yeah, I would say that you do.
I think he's hoping that his observations between Sonari and Gaius are actually proven with this, and will just kind of signal to Sonari two eyes being watched.
Sonari, do you know Thieves Can't?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Because I am a rogue, so I do know. I do know
Fantastic.
thieves can't.
So you
and I
picked
just go-
that up, no problem.
And I go. I sign back. Which direction?
Left forest.
Okay. And I'm going.
If I can, I'll say ice blue. And just keep on keeping on with that tracking.
As you're walking down the pathway, the eyes disappear into the darkness. I would say you go about 50 feet or so, and they appear at the edges of the forest again, just watching you.
When he's told me about them being watched, I want to try and stealth away. See if
Stealth
I can,
away?
I just be like, crap, drop something, and bend down to pick it up so that I'm
Just-
out of the line of sight.
Just
no, I
Jason
would-
Bourne. Jump.
Unfortunately, I would say that you are on a very open path. There's not really anything to hide behind.
Okay, if there's nothing really to hide behind, then I'm just gonna keep walking, but I'll just keep an eye out.
Yeah, and you can feel this presence following you as you go. Can I get... how would I do this? I would say that with a perception check of that high, you would be able to tell that they're not the eyes of a monster. They look very humanoid.
Well, if there was anything that was going to give us away, it's a witness. And me without any throwing knives.
Do you say this out loud?
Loud enough for you to hear.
The second that you say throwing knife, she's like, just put out like a knife. And I'm just gonna... and then I just go, you ready? I just kind of give you a look as in I'm about to do something stupid. Are you ready for the consequences?
Try to give a warning shot.
Okay, so I'm gonna aim in the area, but see if just close enough to try and hit it, close enough that it looks like I actually aimed for him, but I'm deliberately missing.
Okay. Give me a I guess what would that be?
Would that be an attack roll? Because I'm just I don't know, I'm aiming for the tree.
But you're purposefully missing?
Yeah, I'm just basically it's So my
Hmm.
actual target is like the tree or something behind the eyes, but like,
So if you're
like
trying
you know,
to attack a specific tree, I would say make an attack roll on the tree.
okay. This tree's not gonna know what hit it.
This tree's minding its business. Ah, I feel rain coming on. It's gonna be so
The
great.
unfortunate thing is that a tree does not have a spine, therefore it cannot be sneak attacked.
That's true.
Books,
Oh,
however,
I got a +4 with attack. That's 18.
You nail this tree. I'd
Yeah.
say you do it probably at the same height as the eyes. As you do that, I mean, you almost flick your hand out, almost unseen by anybody who would be watching you. You're so quick with it. But
Mhm.
the eyes don't even blink. They might glance over at it, but they just continue watching you. And then after a moment, back into the darkness.
It's not an actual person. I'm just gonna like, and I'm just gonna like walk back over to like, you know, it's like, give me my fucking knife back. Just take it out of the tree.
You're going up to the tree?
I want my knife back.
Okay. Can I get a wisdom saving throw?
Oh fuck. Where's my wisdom? That's an 8.
Hmm.
I rolled a 7.
Okay. As you walk up, almost cocky, to these golden trees, you can feel that oppressive magic pushing down on you. It almost feels like as you get closer, if you didn't have a skull, it would be compressing your brain smaller and smaller into a point of agony. And as you reach out with your hand stubbornly to grab your knife and your fingers close around it, you feel a sort of almost like a flash across your brain and your vision goes. And you are a little kid again. And you are reverted back to your past in your mind. And you see yourself locked in a dark tower that's very familiar to you in your nightmares. And you can hear the sort of grumbling roar of a storm outside and a flash of lightning across the window. And you're completely alone. You're abandoned. And nobody's ever going to get you out of this tower.
Yeah, I immediately like kind of drop like a let go or whatever it is, and like start dropping back and like, you know, I fall backwards like from that and start like crawling away.
Mm-hmm.
Like
I'm gonna say that you take 4 psychic damage.
yeah, it makes sense.
oof.
I am now
I see her fall down, right?
Yeah.
like the moment I let go and go back, am I still there in my head or is it?
As you let go, your vision of this storm in a tower, all alone as a child, fades slightly. It's almost like a veil over your eyes. You can see the trees in front of you. You can feel the grass under you as you fall. Under your hands, you can feel the coldness of the air as the actual real life storm moves in, but you also feel the fear still in your heart from that
Yeah.
lightning cross tower.
Sonari. Just kind of drop the concentration, unfortunately, and just go over and Sonari, do I experience anything?
You feel
I-
that oppressive magic reaching down on you the closer you get.
Just gonna try and help Sonari get back up
Okay.
and just back away from the woods.
The moment you get back onto the path, she's just kind of like you know, she's like, thank you, I'm fine, But, like, you know, her hand's trembling. She's not fine, but she's like, I'm fine.
As you get further out, that magic lifts, almost like you're able to get full breaths of air in. You can see the vision across your like eyes just fading entirely until you're almost back to normal, but very shaken.
Oh, fine. Fuck, that was a lot. Fuck,
Without needing to reveal too much, what just happened? You fell over.
reason you don't go wandering into strange magical woods like that, you see things you don't want to see. The knife's a write-off. I'll find myself another one. Luckily, I didn't use, one of the good ones that I like. You don't just, I wouldn't go over. Don't touch the knife. You're gonna see things about shit you've
It's
seen.
fine.
Yep.
It's fine. You don't have to tell me everything.
Yeah.
So, magical woods are warded. Good to know.
Yep, don't wander into the magic woods. They're, not great.
Very well. Shall we continue?
Sure, yeah. Oh, did you have to turn the lantern off?
I did. You falling over. Wasn't sure.
Future, don't worry about it. I'll be fine in the future. I'm a big girl. I can look after it. Just keep an eye on the land. You gotta find whoever it is that did this. I'm just me. And I'm just come on. All right, come on, turn the light back on. Let's go. We got this.
I would
If
say you need to
insist.
make another Arcana roll in order to turn it back on.
All right. Okay, not as impressive. 13.
I would say that after a couple of flickers where you think it's going to go out, it does go out. But then it turns back on, a weak imitation of what it was before. But still bright enough to see the footprints.
Okay.
I would say that it's kind of a not so wide range now, just kind of like just a weaker version of what it was before.
Well, that's just disappointing. Alright. Oh. So I'll be relying on you and your vision then. He just continues walking.
Okay, I'll do my best.
I would say that you reach the outskirts of town. You can give me a constitution roll. See if it stays on.
This is +3, not the +1. Alright, so 16.
Yep, stays on. I would say gets slightly brighter. But as you sort of enter into the city, this is sort of like one of the back roads into the city. You can see the footprint, but it is slightly overlapped by other footprints, but not so bad that you can't see the originals. It seems that the lantern is sort of attuned to what set of footprints you would want, and it's trying to follow that the best it can.
Okay.
You go into the city through, like I said, that sort of roundabout back entrance, and you can continue following the footsteps. They are slightly faded on the cobblestones, but still visible because it's basically like an imitation of who walked there before.
From my understanding, the optimal amount of time that this would have is 24 hours.
Yes.
And this event that kicked off happened to where the footprints started being made slightly after the fireworks of the night prior. What time did those fireworks go off?
I would say that the dinner happened at around probably about 6:30.
Okay.
So you got some time.
Got some time. All right.
You got some time until the footprints would have faded by just normal magical means, but there's the storm coming. So,
Right.
But you still do have some time, probably about an hour or so, because it is around like maybe. Gosh, it's hard to keep all your timelines straight.
Yeah. At this point, Reggie is going to take the scabbard for his rapier, and he's going to start trying to make drag marks on any stones that he can, and look to maybe splitting up here is a good time. That way you can make it to the bar, find the others. I'm gonna
Yeah,
keep leaving
sounds-
these marks. You know what to look for as far as thieves' cant goes, I can see.
Yeah, I dabble.
I appreciate it. And starts, every once in a while just marking areas. And if he finds better materials to make marks, he starts leaving a trail for Sonari to find.
Give me a perception check if you don't mind.
Sure. Okay. That is an 18 plus 4, 22.
Jesus. Okay, so as you're walking, you are following these footsteps very precisely. As you kind of glance around for anything else that might catch your eye, you see sort of tossed away behind in an alleyway as you pass by, something white catches your eye. And as you stop and sort of reach over and pick it up, you see that it's a very fine quality linen napkin that's covered in a little splotch of blood. And you recognize this napkin as one that you laid on your own lap at the Partington estate for the banquet before the Lord.
So a similar napkin from that night.
Yeah.
Okay. He's going to carefully pouch that, and hopefully that can be used again for another way to trace people.
Mhm.
Kind of looks around as well as if there's somehow, some way, a piece of charcoal or some other fibrous material that could actually leave a mark across stone.
Well, I would say that you still have that charcoal from when you signed that girl's yearbook.
Oh shit, that's right. And he pulls it out. He's like, all right, so this will make things a little... The rain will wash it away. Shit. All right, gotta find places that are not so easily wet from the rain when it happens. So he's gonna be selective of where he marks.
Sure. Smart. I like it. I would say at this point, you can see the footsteps with that kind of perception check are starting to lag a little bit, sort of dragging as if one's very weary. And I would say, as someone who is very used to sort of crime scene investigations, you see clearly that it's clear that this person was wounded, which you kind of already knew because Obadiah's jumped him, and they got in a scuffle. And they're starting to kind of drag a bit, like what I said. I would say give me one more constitution.
All right, constitution check. Don't fuck me up. Ah, nice. All right, so dirty 20.
Lovely. You see, as you wind through the streets, just because I kind of want to, you can see that these footprints pull up and you recognize the place where you are. They duck behind the back alley behind the Rabbit's Foot.
Matter of convenience. He looks like, if anyone could see him in the middle of the day, he looks disturbed. Almost as if, why do I feel like I'm falling into a trap? But he'll continue following behind the Rabbit's Foot instead of going into the Rabbit's Foot, because at this point, they did just split up, but Sonari would probably see him ducking in to the alleyway.
Sure. She would?
She would.
Okay.
Like, well,
You'd be
not
like, oh, hey.
ducking, but like,
Yeah, I would say that Sonari gets there a lot faster than you because you're being careful to follow these foot. So she maybe got there about 10 minutes prior. I don't know if she goes in or not, or if she's just waiting around. But if you want to duck into the alley behind it, you'll find yourself at the service entrance, probably where people go take out trash, toss out unruly bar patrons, etc., or people go to puke. And in the smelly alleyway, you can see that the footsteps turn towards the entrance, the service entrance.
All right. Shit. Okay. And at that point, I don't think I would know the staff too well to just barge right in, especially on a night like tonight. Nah, he wouldn't. Ah, damn it. Damn it. Oh, no. And he will go back out front. And he'll take a look around to see if he sees anybody else that's familiar. It's from our
Say
group.
that you, with your kind of being a part of, the whole blacksmith with Marcus, and also your life before the wings, you recognize a lot of these patrons. These are people you've known over the years. It's starting to get packed because people are all turning out for Sargenty and Idol, and they're all kind of swarming in through the front doors. So it's busy, but you do recognize people just because you've known them.
That point, he'll just kind of put the lantern on his belt, and we'll wait for others to show up.
As you take your hand off the lantern, you can feel the warmth come back into your hand, like your arm was asleep from sleeping on it, and it's starting to regain its feeling.
I'm gonna go ahead and guess that is necromancy. Yeah, that feels like necromancy. Okay.
How dare you!
Gee, it's the only word he's heard since meeting the headmistress, so other
Okay.
schools, sure. Necromancy, totally badass.
It's the only school of magic he knows. Somebody casts like transmutation. Oh, that's totally necromancy.
You're like,
Just-
that's... You see someone like create a thing of roses out of thin air. Necromancy.
Starts casting firebolt. Is like lesser necromancy. That's pre-necromancy, right?
Yes. I would
I
say
mean,
at this-
usually people afterwards need necromancy.
Yeah. I would say at this point, our Belriel, I know you're the only one not at the Rabbit's Foot. What are you doing in the meantime before we kind of... Because your dinner's at the same time, isn't it?
Yeah. I think I'm probably just from the park heading back home, making sure everything is set and ready for the dinner. I want I don't want like our big grand table set for this. I want it to be a more like one-on-one type of setting. So I'm gonna make sure all of that is in place and ready to go.
My boy is romantic. All right. So you pull up to the Sarveris estate. Nigel is there. I don't really want to do his voice right now because he hurts my throat.
That's fair.
He greets you, lets you know that everything is arranged just how you asked it. I would say that over the next couple hours, you kind of oversee everything, make sure it's all to your exact specifications. And it's probably, we can probably fast forward a little bit, if you want, and just at around maybe 6 o'clock, you hear footsteps coming into the room where you are probably waiting, unless you wanted to wait elsewhere for Avros.
No, I'll wait for him there.
Okay. You hear your doorman walk into the room and announce, Lord Cerberus, Lord Partington is here for you.
Wonderful. Let him in and give us our privacy, please.
The doorman steps back and opens the door for Avros. He's dressed in sort of a midnight blue coat with a very fine white ruffled shirt underneath it. He kind of takes his hat off as he walks in, and you can see that he's brought along a bottle of wine that looks familiar from when you were sneaking around his pantry earlier. But he goes, Lord Sarverius, it's good to see you again.
Please, our bell reel.
Really?
I know it's a bit of a mouthful.
Yeah, I meant to ask you, but I'll just ask you now. You never had a nickname?
None that my family would utter outside of these walls.
Well, I'm not your family, but I'll think of one.
You would be
And
most welcome.
he looks at the spread. You can describe it for me. What is sort of, you said it's a one-on-one little table?
Yeah, so I imagine just like a square table, so there isn't like a length of table that we have to yell down at each other. And it's
really wanted to act that out, though.
I considered it for a moment, putting on a big show and having a huge elaborate dining hall prepared for just 2 people, but I'd go with a more intimate setting this time around, and the meal that's there reflects that. It's a noble's idea of a homely meal. So it's, like little quails, roasted quails, and
A quail inside of a quail.
root vegetables
Something
and stuff on the
like
side,
that.
and
Yeah,
so it's like a chicken dinner, but a rich person's chicken dinner.
sure. He goes, this is for the 2 of us?
Yes, I hope you're hungry.
I'm starving. I will not lie to you, those kids after you left, they really kicked me around.
I'm sure after the show that you put on for them, it was nice of you to let Reginald win.
He laughs, he goes, if you can keep a secret, that was not easy.
Well, that one doesn't seem to really hold back, does he?
I know, it was kind of rude showing me up in front of my students.
That was my thought as well, yeah.
After I so kindly allowed him to demonstrate in front of, but we're all different. He sits down, puts his hat on the chair next to him on the other side, and he sets the wine on the table. He goes, you have a beautiful view.
Thank you. I wish I could take credit for any of it, but I unfortunately can't. Family estate and all that.
Kind of shifts a little shyly before he pulls out his chair and sits down in it, kind of waiting for you to also do the same.
And I do. Once I see him moving to his chair, I follow suit and sit down.
I have to say, it's been a long time since I've had a one-on-one dinner with anybody.
Well, after everything that transpired, I thought it would be prudent to give you a bit of an escape. Admittedly, Avros, may I call you Avros?
Please.
Admittedly, I initially invited you here under the pretense of perhaps doing some business, but I've since changed my mind, and I would like to actually avoid any talk of business tonight.
Tell me more.
Well, you've been through so much, and admittedly, I'm beginning to process everything myself. I hid my emotions in the moment, but I was quite alarmed and quite terrified of what transpired. It was very graphic, that scene, and I'm sorry you had to go through it, and I'm sorry everyone else had to go through it as well.
Were you scared for my father or for yourself?
At first, for myself. But as I begin to process it, and as I thought through everything, I began to worry for you and the rest of your family as well. And I suppose the other guests there, but the target was your father, so I thought perhaps you might be in danger as well.
Well, that's surprisingly decent of you.
I know decency is not often something seen from my family, but perhaps a friendship with you will change that over time.
A friendship sounds nice. And he reaches across and uncorks the wine. He offers to pour it for you.
I slide my glass over.
Goes, this actually isn't from Sargenty, this wine. It's from out of the country. And I know that it's a favorite of my sister's. I've never tried it, but she swears that it's good. So of course I've been avoiding it, because what does my little sister know about wine?
Right, of course. I know that all too well. I take the same approach whenever my younger brother tells me that there's something I must try.
Yes. He takes a sip, he goes, damn, that's good.
Fuck, she was right.
Dang it.
It'll be our secret.
Speaking of secrets, if we're not going to be talking business,
Go on.
tell me a secret.
A secret?
I heard that's what friends do.
I suppose it is, isn't it? Well, how about this? I don't want to be here. How's that for a secret? I don't want to be head of this family. I don't want to run these businesses. This was supposed to be my sister's job.
But she went off and got married, right?
She did. Now I'm stuck with it.
I have a secret. My sister mentioned to me that you have an idea for the academy that involves sort of charity thing, but she also seemed to communicate to me that it doesn't seem like you actually care for the people down there. And I guess my secret is that I still don't understand what you want from me. I mean, you know how I operate, and you know what my family's goals are. I suppose I'm just confused what we have to offer you.
I think I don't know what I want from you. I think I see you as somebody in a similar position to myself, though put there under different circumstances. And I think I'm seeking comfort in that companionship. A friend that is walking the same path that I am without someone leading them down that path. The one that was to lead you was your father, and you unfortunately have lost him. And the one that was supposed to lead me, well, I don't think there was someone that was supposed to lead me. Like I said, this was not my job to begin with. I'm only here because my sister left. She was trained for most of her life for this position. I was not. And so I'm feeling lost, and I see you as perhaps someone that may also be lost in the same way, and maybe together we can figure out where we're going.
Because I'm sorry for what you are going through. But I would only want to work with someone who has the same values as me. Otherwise, I'm no better than some of these other nobles who have used my father to further their own gains.
I understand.
I understand that that's a lot to put on you, as your family is not usually aligned in that way, but I just want to put down clear expectations if we are going to be joined together for the future. I would want to be around someone who understands why I do what I do. I like helping people. It's good to feel needed.
I'm trying to understand, and I hope that I can get there eventually. Things in my family are not as straightforward as they may appear on the surface. There are complications behind the scenes that may prevent us from being as openly charitable as you. I hope that won't always be the case, but I can't promise that it will be.
I understand, and thank you for telling me. He goes, well, it could start in small ways. The things you don't need, you don't use, you can just give it away. Like the food, for instance. And he looks down and goes, I know that your pantry is probably filled enough to fill an army, but the city is starving. And it's your city too. You should feed them.
How? How do we feed them?
Give them food. What you don't use. How much do you throw away at the end of the week? Do you know?
Admittedly, I haven't the faintest idea.
Well, that's always a start. I know it may not seem like much, giving scraps, but to them it's more than just scraps. It's an apple that you didn't want. Goes very nicely with a loaf of bread that you ended up not using. Same with clothes. Stuff you might not wear anymore. I don't know. Just so many things you could do while maybe not openly defying your family.
There is... There are things in play that I do wish I could tell you, but I think if I do, it may endanger not only myself, but you as well.
I thought we were friends, and friends share secrets. He says jokingly, but you can tell he's not going to push you. He goes, whenever you're ready. Friendships are a slow thing. 'Cause-
Perhaps I will seek the assistance of the headmistress of this academy. She recognized my dilemma when I was there earlier today and offered me assistance. And I may
That-
take it.
That is a sharp woman.
Very sharp.
Not much gets past her.
I was quite taken aback by her suggestion in that moment. I mean, I'm sure there's some rumors about my family, but she picked up on this particular thing immediately and recognized that I was bound by it, let's say. Offered
Well-
me a brief escape.
I hope she wasn't too strict with you. She doesn't have a lot of patience for the gentry.
That seems warranted.
Well, I appreciate you trying. Truly.
Thank you. I greatly appreciate you giving me the opportunity to.
Because that's quite the crew you walked in with. I never would have expected you to be with all of those folks.
They're
I like them all very much.
insufferable.
Oh, why is that? I think they're fun.
I don't mean they're bad company when I say that. Best friends can be insufferable.
Why'd you look at me when you said that?
Well, I'm sure you have your moments. No, I don't
really, honestly, I just was thinking. I guess haven't really had a chance to make any new friends in a while. Outside my sister. That's sad to say. I'm embarrassed that I said that. Just forget it.
Well, if you're looking for new friends, I happen to know a crew that's quite tightly knit at the moment that I'm sure would welcome you with open arms.
But they're insufferable? You're not really selling them.
Am I any different from them?
I don't know you that well, but I'm sure probably not to be able to keep up with a crew like that.
Well, I wouldn't say I'm keeping up.
Yeah, because
They're
you are
all
here.
down at some bar at the moment having a singing competition or something, and
The rabbit's foot? That's tonight?
you're familiar.
Damn. Cause yeah. Not that I'm not enjoying myself here, but I completely forgot that. Well, I suppose it's not so unwarranted and everything that's happened, but I enjoy Sargenty and Idol. Last year, someone won because they did a very good impression of a goat.
A goat. Well, I heard from a little dragon that a certain Gaius is going to be performing.
Oh, that should be a treat. He's very good at what he does.
Would you be opposed to perhaps taking a rain check on this dinner? And we go down to the rabbit's foot together.
He's like mid-bite. A rain check on what I'm eating right now?
Yes.
I think you need to maybe rub shoulders with people outside of who you normally know. Might do you some good. But not dressed up like that.
What's wrong with this?
I mean, you look very devastatingly handsome, of course, but I mean, they're gonna see you and you're gonna stick out like a sore thumb.
This is
Yeah.
the most casual attire I own.
That is the most you know what? That's not surprising, and I understand, but I might be able to help you. And he he goes and he kind of knocks on the door out of the room, and he goes, "Excuse me," and your doorman shows up. He goes, "If it's not too much trouble, can you go down to the servant quarters and find a shirt and a cloak and breeches and shoes that fit my lord here?" And the doorman goes, "Of course, Lord Partington, I will be right back." And he trots away. You hear his feet kind of disappear down the hallway. He goes, "You need to dress like a normal person. We're not normal people. You need to dress normally." He goes, "I'm always prepared for this." And he reaches into his bag, pulls out a very plain white shirt, a kind of a raggedy cloak, and some boots.
You are full of surprises.
And at that moment, you kind of hear the footsteps come back, and the doorman arrives, and his arms are filled with clothes that, respectfully, you probably would never touch with a 10-foot pole. He goes, "As you requested, my Lord Pontington." He goes, "Perfect! That is absolutely our burial size." And he hands it out to you. He goes, "Put it on. I'll look away. Come on, do it. I'll look away."
Yeah, all right.
"Did you do it?" "I'll look away."
I'm half undressed at the moment.
"Sorry."
Saw that.
He has his back.
Swap into the new clothes and kind of brush myself. Well, do I look normal?
You look perfectly normal.
And that's a good thing.
Yes, and as your back had been turned, he also changed into commoner clothes. He goes, "You're gonna have a fun time, I promise, but we are running extremely late because that usually starts about 10 minutes ago, so we gotta go."
Right. I've got horses we can take.
"Okay." Not fancy horses. Do they look kind of old? Do they look like they might have a cough?
I think one of them is sick at the moment. We can take that one.
Perfect. And you guys go out to your horse, who's very old. You can see as you get on it, goes kind of wheezes a little, like. Are you
Kill
guys
this
sharing?
horse.
Are you guys sharing the horse or no?
Yeah, I'll get on the sickly horse and then extend a hand to Avros to help him up.
Okay. He slides in behind you, and you guys take off towards the Rabbit's Foot. And let's go to the Rabbit's Foot, finally. You guys are all there.
My thought is, like, Albariel, like, hears Lord Avros asking about a sickly horse, and I'm just thinking of Albariel just going, "Well, your sister might like it, but that might be too sickly." And it's just the nightmare from Magic the Gathering. The nightmare horse, skeletal.
Scary. Alright, so the Rabbit's Foot. As the night descends, the storm comes through, and it's raining. But it's still a warm summer's night, so it doesn't feel terrible. People are pushing their way through. Sargenty and Idled, for those who know, is one of the most enjoyable events of the year at the Rabbit's Foot. And as you all sort of make your way inside, you would see that there is a young tiefling woman behind the bar. She purpley skin, purple hair, and a white tattoo on the side of her neck. She looks up as, I'm just gonna say you all enter as a group because I'm doing all your individual entrances is gonna kill me. So as you all enter into a group, she kind of says, like, just automatically, "Welcome to the Rabbit's Foot. If you rub us right, you'll get lucky." Hi! And she looks at you guys. She goes, "Gaius, I wasn't sure you were actually gonna make it over. How are you?"
Do I know the name of this person?
You absolutely do. This is Gentle Wayward. She is the owner of the Rabbit's Foot, and she also works behind the bar occasionally when it's jam-packed, which it is tonight. And next to her is another tiefling man. He has kind of darker skin, these long curly horns, black hair, black beard and mustache, dark eyes. He's kind of the main barkeep. You know, his name is Dev. And he gives you a very friendly nod. You know these people very well. You're here all the time. And yeah, she greets you warmly. She seems, if she shows any surprise at the group of people you're with, she doesn't show it. But she welcomes you all into the Rabbit's Foot. It is jam-packed in here, because everybody and their mom is at the Rabbit's Foot right now. And I think I might have taken you to it, but I'm not sure.
Let me see.
Yeah, I see a tavern.
Okay.
I see a tavern now.
Can you see your tokens? I can't see if I did that right.
Probably on a different layer.
Ah, gotcha.
They are on the GM layer.
Oopsie. 1 second. Talk amongst yourselves now, please.
I
He's-
think
he's
Hard
that
work.
Guys is just gonna smile to Wayward. He's like, Miss Wayward, I am sorry I've been gone for quite so long. It's been a busy couple weeks.
Because why are you calling me Miss Wayward? I've known you for 5 years. Oh, you're trying to act fancy in front of your friends.
No, I've come from one of those fancy pants gatherings recently, so the tongue hasn't relaxed back into the way it should yet.
Well, I got something to relax your tongue. And she slides over a beer to you. Your usual. Again, this is on me. First one of the night's always on me. You know me.
And that is why you are my favorite person.
You say that to every girl you come across, and don't think I'm stupid for not noticing it.
Yes, but with you, I mean it.
So, give me 1 second. Wow, that took me forever. You guys are in the Rabbit's Foot. You can see that there is a myriad of different people all gathered here. You can see, they're kind of setting up a stage where the Sargentian idol is going to take place. 1 second, let me find my notes. But in addition to that, you can see there's a small table in the corner of the room. There are 2 people sat there, 2 halflings, and they have a little box, presumably for collecting donations, and on a little sign on the table, you see a sign that says, New Wing for Found Familiar. In another corner, it's almost a dark, shadowy corner, you can see a person with their hood up, and they're shuffling cards. Gaius, I would say that you know this person. This is a fortune teller who offers to see people's future with their cards. There's a couple of half-orcs arm wrestling in another corner, and a couple trolls in there as well who are arguing. Just very loud, rambunctious. There's already music being played in the background. It's just a usual band setup before the actual competition, but this is a warm, fun, busy place, and you have to sort of squeeze in between people to make your way through, but business is thriving.
I think Gaius is gonna like take Maddie by the hand and just like help guide her through the crowd.
Okay.
Yeah, this is definitely this is very much not necessarily like the parties that she's used to. She's used to at least having walking room. So
no usual snake ways.
As you lead,
Goodness.
Maddie over, Gentle goes, I say do your usual booth in the corner, guys, so don't even worry about it. And then she turns, hi, welcome to the Rabbit's Foot. If you rub us right, you'll get lucky. She goes, can I get your drink? Hi, welcome to the Rabbit's Foot. Yep, I am the owner. What seems to be the problem? You think that we don't tour correctly? Get out of here. Goodbye. Hi, welcome to the Rabbit's Foot. If you rub a stray, you'll get lucky. All that good stuff.
Nice.
I think Reginald would actually be halfway into a cup already. And when he sees a couple familiar faces, he'll actually raise his mouth. Hey!
Reggie, let's go! What are you doing here, ugly bastard? And you see that it's a couple of half-orcs who, from your old days. They go, what are you doing here?
Meeting up with a few friends. How about you?
We never see you anymore. You're too good for us, huh?
What are you talking about? I was here last month.
I hear you just in the wings now. You just think you're better than everyone. And they kind of elbow you.
What, do you think I'm made out of money? You're
They
here every
go,
day.
You're making
Tired.
more money than me. I want a drink.
Well, get yourself a drink.
Gentle
Matter of
goes,
fact, take the rest of this.
Ugh. Gentle goes, what can I get you, handsome?
Dwarven stout. You know, kid in special.
She pours. I would say that you probably know Gentle as well. You're not in here as often as Gaius, but she passes along your drink. She goes, any of you? Quickly now, because I got a line.
Standard ale for the rest.
Okay, don't want to be fun.
Puts
And
down
she-
2 gold. Keep them coming.
Okay. Yep. She and Dev start slinging out drinks. And you guys can take them and walk over to a little booth that's set aside for Gaius.
Just kind of like the Minotaur is just big, bulky bottle, like having to hold the drinks up above their heads and just kind of, all right.
I would say at this point, probably Arbelriel and Avros arrive, and they could probably spot you guys from the other side. I should put
Nice.
Avros on here.
Maddie takes a sip of the ale and she like coughs slightly and she just like puts it back down. She's like,
Is it okay?
I'm
give her the
sure
stuff.
it's fine for what it is.
Don't give her the stout then.
He like looks over to Reggie and he's like, Reg, I don't think Maddie's had anything but wine before. I'm not gonna throw a stout at her.
As I said, don't let her get to it.
And just
Honestly.
like, I just kind of just like appear out of nowhere that I've just been like hiding. I don't know. I've been sitting in the rafters or something. Like, I just kind of jump. I
Just
just kind
land
of
on
jump
the
down and
table.
go like, I just kind of like just land in the seat next to you and just be like, let it go in. Just throw him in the deep end. That's how I learn.
And
Oh
you
my
can
goodness.
hear, you can see from across the bar, General goes like, God, how long have you been here?
Oh, hey, Genty.
No, I told you stop doing that. We're gonna get sued.
Oh, come on. It
No.
livens up the place. You never.
It's
No.
entertainment.
That's
she
strike
seems-
2.
Fine, I got it.
What,
And I just
what was the
like,
first strike?
All I could
Don't let me get the 3.
all I could think of is like a bunch of
might have-
drunk people see her do this and they start trying to jump from the rafters.
The orcs probably do.
Get down. Get down.
Just like
Get
start
out.
like crashing through tables like it's a WWE match.
and just like take my
Uh.
drink and go.
I lean over and I'm
The,
like,
the first
help
strike
me,
wasn't
help
even
me.
my fault. It was Papa. Like, never mind. Anyway,
how did you even get up there?
Carefully.
yeah.
Ugh.
So what did I miss? You two look chummy.
So. Yeah, guys, you two seem chummy.
What are you talking
Oh,
about? Oh, you were talking about Gaius and Maddie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
No, just
drinking.
showing Maddie around and, introducing her to her first real life, real person experience.
Welcome.
She's almost finished that ale, by the way. That's impressive. Like, cause like, the moment that we start speaking, Maddie started chugging.
Yep,
out
yep.
of
She's
him.
chugging. She's like, if I drink, I don't have to talk.
It's like,
And it's
she's
not
almost
that
finished
bad.
now. This is gonna be interesting.
Poor Maddie's gonna be white girl wasted by the time we're done here.
Oh God.
Is
So
there?
it-
Go ahead. I was just gonna ask if there was a place that I needed to sign up for if I'm gonna participate in the idol competition.
Your name's been on the roster for a couple weeks, so you're
Okay.
Ah. How do I pronounce your name now? Should I just say Averick? Adros?
What?
Avros.
Avros. Yeah.
Or would you like a nickname?
Oh no, it's fine.
Mm.
Oh,
Mm.
I'm allowed to come and go where I please. If they want to call me Avros, they can call me Avros. You can call me whatever you like.
All right, Abby.
All right. I kind of hate that, but all right.
Thanks, I hate it.
No one
Looks
ever
o-
likes her.
Looks over at Lord Albario and is like, there's just too many to choose from.
Arby.
I like
Arby.
Belle.
Belle.
All right, I'm hearing Arby, Abby,
Ariel.
Ariel. I'm not calling you Belly.
Belly.
Belly, 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 belly.
Mm.
Sorry.
Of the ones that have been provided, which do you prefer, sir?
One does not choose their own nickname.
Correct.
Arby it is.
One does choose their own drink, and he kind of raises his arm, and Jenna goes, "What can I get you?" She goes, "Can I have still have that? There's whiskey, I think. Last time I was here, do you still have that?" She goes, "Yep." He goes,
Ah.
"Does anybody? Yep. Anybody else?"
I'll take a shot of it.
Okay.
I'll try that. And if you have like a fruity beverage, something more sweet.
You're gonna house 2 drinks at once. Wow. You
It-
said you've never
I-
been here before.
She's a
No.
pro.
Good God.
I just wanted to try it. I could give no,
You
never
can-
mind.
Why don't you just have a sip of mine?
Okay.
So, yeah, he goes, "This round's on me, so whatever you guys want."
I'll have the most normal drink.
Water.
Just slides over one of the like regular ales I bought.
Oh,
Yeah, here you go, Stein.
I mean, if you want, you can go for the special.
Are you sure you can handle it?
I don't know. Is that something that I want?
What is the special?
Isn't that just 4 whiskeys and 2 wines put together?
Mm-mm.
What's the one you're talking about?
Some of the people here call it a barman special.
But that's a bar lady.
It's the same thing.
Mm.
Technically,
Sure.
it's a test of strength in the eyes of some people. The special is pretty much, they have a trough underneath the bar, and they just scoop and it just collects all the runoff of like all the alcohol and stuff they pour in, and they just scoop it up and they give you a glass.
We're not
Oh, dear.
pranking each other on this crap. No, not
No.
on the first night. No.
I hear that if you finish it, everybody gets a free round.
And your name goes on the wall.
Your name goes on the wall, and they ring a really loud bell.
Do you
Looks up-
also get a free trip to the hospital? Because it sounds like you'll need one.
looks at the wall. Who among our people has gotten their names on this wall yet?
No
Guys.
one.
No.
I've
one.
not, but my papa's up there.
See,
Hmm.
I
Twice.
I have the
Bit of a cheapskate pupper is sometimes.
I have the mental wherewithal not to attempt something like that, as it would completely hinder the creative process, and as some of the entertainment in this establishment, I wouldn't want to sing people out of it.
Yeah, I'll go with that excuse too.
Do you think
My
Miles-
creative process. My creative process.
Malls, do you think that Henry's name is on the wall?
No,
Okay.
because this is like lower edge. Your brother probably would never head out here.
No,
Got it.
those
Okay.
to everyone's surprise, everyone in the McDonald family is up there.
So that's why they're set up on those characters.
And if you look closely, you see Miriam Pathfinder.
Yeah, that tracks.
Yeah, I believe that.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
I love
Twice.
that.
Twice.
What? Damn.
You know, at the end of that night, the lady just downs a half bottle of Jack just to like decompress.
I'm here to fuck.
He's dumb.
Right.
I was in Arkansas. I heard that too many times.
Ew.
Exactly. Ugh.
All right. Is there anything you guys are wanting to do before the show kind of starts, or are you wanting to do anything at all?
I will.
Gentry. Can I get your special with about 2 whiskey shots?
She kind of sighs. She goes, "You don't have to give me nicknames. Gentle is short enough."
But Genty is always so nice. Come on, it's our thing. I call you Genty, you call me pain in the ass. Like, you know, it's how we go.
She brings over some drinks. She goes, "How about once you stay off my ceiling, you may give me a nickname? What do we think about that? I'm taking a poll."
I'll consider it. You were nice to Papa, and he always hung out in the ceiling.
Your father always really set a bad example for you. But who am I to judge? I'm not a parent. Maybe he raised you with a lack of respect for people's property. I don't know. Here's your drinks.
Looks at Serena and looks at Gentle. Are you
No.
related? No?
Mm.
Okay.
No, just
God,
tieflings.
Okay. Just wanted to make
Wow, that's like weirdly racist. Not all
No.
tieflings are
Yeah.
related.
Extremely.
That's
sure. Oh,
it's okay.
sorry.
Minotaurs have bad vision.
No, we're
Oh, that's
great
right.
at finding our way.
Yeah. Because I guess it's a good thing you're handsome.
I got
She
that
walked.
much going for me.
She walks
Yeah,
away.
he gets that a lot.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Have you ever played a heartthrob like that before?
Nope. This is
Okay.
the first charismatic person I've played in a long time. And he's
Okay.
not even that charismatic.
Mhm.
Looks at character sheet.
Everyone's just
No,
thirsty
it-
for minotaurs.
Above
He's not
average
even that
for a
charismatic.
commoner.
He's just surrounded by monster fuckers.
Mhm. Oh God.
So D&D.
Oh, yeah.
Great, I found my calling.
Oh, come on. You know this group. I just say, so there's a dragonborn, and everybody just instantly would.
Everyone else, Danny did not.
I was just trying to fit in. I didn't know you freaks.
I'm such a freak.
Okay.
I know that Sonari wanted to order more drinks. Were you wanting to do something, Reggie? I don't know if you were. You might have been saying something.
I would start by telling them, so I found some more evidence of our path being true. Guess where it led?
Our Belial's mansion.
Not that easy. No. Back alley here.
Right here.
I mean, that's not surprising.
Seems Obadiah's got a few licks in. He's kind of like, not like carelessly, but like kind of hidden from the bar, holds up just above the table, like the blood-stained napkin from the dinner night. Just puts it away.
cat got some claws.
Yeah,
Well then,
apparently.
maybe my performance will be able to get us more information than I expected.
Indeed.
Tell us your secrets.
Are you sure that the blood on that is the perpetrator's?
The only pathway that came directly from that night to have a Partington sealed napkin covered in bloodstain.
If it does belong to the perpetrator, it might be worth taking to, say, the headmistress of the academy, see if she can use the blood to find its owner.
That's an
That's a
option.
great idea.
Was also hoping to wait a little bit longer, but was also waiting for Marina. Considering we already have Avi here, might as well wait for the sister.
Oh, right. I forgot she was gonna be here.
I changed my mind. I don't like Avi. And then he perks up. He goes, wait, Marina's coming here?
If she asks, I didn't tell you that she was gonna be here. Everyone here is a witness. I didn't say that she was gonna be here. I didn't tell Avros that.
My sister's
Okay.
coming down here alone?
Yeah, that's why I'm a little worried right now.
God. I don't even think she knows how to get here. How's she supposed to find her way here?
Looks
She
over
seems
at Sonari.
And
Pretty
all of a sudden
confident.
she walks in.
Looks at Sonari.
You seen I remember mentioning the rabbit's foot. She seems familiar.
No,
So-
I
Said
don't.
she loved it here.
And at that moment, you can see a figure walk in with their kind of hood pulled up. As they look up, they make eyes with Avros, who has a face of thunder, turns around and walks back out.
I get up and chase
I-
after them.
Same.
Okay, you follow this person out into the rain?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you both do?
Yep.
As you do, I mean, it's drenched outside immediately because it's coming down so hard, but the figure didn't really get a chance to get very far.
Marina.
They stop and turn around, and it's Marina. She goes, "What is my brother doing here?"
I promise
She
you,
looks at
I-
our burial.
I didn't. You asked me not to tell him, and I didn't tell him.
Why
we
is
were
he
just-
here?
We were having dinner, and he happened to mention the competition that's happening here tonight, and
Why are
I-
you here? You hate this sort of thing.
I am very
Hmm.
uncomfortable. But he seemed really intrigued by the competition. He forgot that it was tonight. I thought maybe it would be a good idea to come down. I forgot you were going to be here.
And at that moment,
sorry.
Avros rushes out. He goes, "What are you doing here?" She goes, "Oh my God, what are you doing here?" He goes, "You are supposed to be at home. This is not safe for you." She goes, "You're supposed to be at a dinner with this guy. What are you doing here?" He goes, "Oh my God, you need to go home. I'm taking you home right now."
Hold on.
Hold.
You're both here already, and we're all here together.
Yes.
I mean, why turn back now?
Yeah, we're here for fun.
This is not the sort of location that I want my sister to be hanging out at. Not because it's beneath her, but because it's not exactly safe right now.
But it's okay for you to be here.
Yeah. She doesn't have a way with swords or anything. I saw her
But
pick
she
up a
does have
sword one
magic.
time. I saw her pick up a sword one time from the wrong end.
As someone who kicked your ass with a sword. Stop.
Well, kicked his ass is a bit strong.
Yeah, that's a bit strong.
Sonari's walked up behind them and she's just like eating
Fight,
like the
fight,
little
fight,
table
fight.
nuts that you found. And she's just watching.
Honestly, could you two not just hang out?
I don't want to hang out with my brother.
Why not?
Because he's a loser. She goes,
Really?
"Wow. Okay."
Sounds to me like losers should hang out together instead of being embarrassed by the company they're in.
Over
Wait.
these two.
Is that why we're together?
Yes.
She
We're
looks at her brother.
insufferable.
She goes, "Do not embarrass me. People here know me pretty well." He goes, "People here know you pretty well?" She goes, "No, yeah, whatever." She goes, "Yes, I've been here before. Tell mom about it, why don't you?"
Come on
Goes,
now,
"Oh."
Avros. You seem to know
Oh.
the menu here pretty well as well.
Yeah, it's different.
No, it's not.
It's
Oh.
different when I do it. Older brother logic.
Do as I say, not as I do.
That's my little sister. She goes, "Shut up."
I just kind of like, so Ari just kind of looks at like, I was like, is this what's like having siblings? Damn.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. That was
Yeah.
the most little sister
How
thing.
about
Yeah.
y'all settle this with a drinking contest? How about that?
But yeah, let's see
guys
if
have
we
to do
get
the
one of the
special.
party tents on the wall.
Pick your team.
Wait, what are you talking about?
We're doing this my way, the military way.
You're so
We're gonna have a drinking competition.
You said the military way. I'm like, oh god, we're playing beer pong.
No, that's a fraternity thing, not a military thing. The military actually has a standoff, and it's more like beer fest where they actually have the table drinking. So, out of our group of friends, pick your team.
Me and Avros?
You and Avros are team captains. Come on, let's get out of the rain.
Okay. As they
Um,
walk in, they're still slightly bickering, like, "I'm mad at you." "Yeah, well, I'm mad at you because you're in such trouble. I'm gonna tell mom when we go home." "Yeah, well, go tell mom when you come home. I don't care. You're her favorite little boy."
And I just
Oh,
this
this
is
was
just
fun.
like, I am, oh, I wish Papa was here.
It's like they're coming in bickering. I'm like, I do not miss my brothers at this time.
They sit down very stiffly next to each other. And Avros goes, "I want Reggie." And she goes, "God damn it. We didn't even say who was going to pick first." He goes, "Well, too bad. You snooze, you lose." She goes, "Fine. I want Gaius."
Wait, what are we doing?
We're
I guess
doing
we're
a
picking
drinking
you.
competition.
You're not being summoned. Don't worry. You can keep your pants on.
Damn.
Alright, I'll get over to Avros' side. Nothing personal.
Avros goes, kind of sizing you up. And Marina goes, "Wait, these teams are going to be uneven." He goes, "Well, then you should have picked first." She goes, "Oh my god."
No.
He goes, "I'll take
In the
Sonari."
Okay.
The deck is very stacked right now.
She goes, "I guess, no offense, Maddie, but I'll grab our bell reel."
You know what? You can have them both.
Then take.
Should I be taking offense that you said no offense before picking me?
No, like, no, I meant because Maddie didn't get picked.
Listen. Reggie, I say we're decent drinkers. Like, big boy. Like, look at him. He can at least, like, fit, I don't know, probably 2 troughs on him.
Avros came into this conversation way late, and your accent is throwing him. He goes, "What did you say?"
It's nothing, that's okay. Basically, us two, I say that we're decent drinkers against you 3. I think we could handle the handicap.
That's 3
I'm
versus
the handicap.
4. No, you're on the team with Sonari.
Yeah, I'm on the team with less people.
Alright.
No,
We're less
I
people, but we're like, we can take a drink.
am completely
And they
fine.
have someone who's only taken their first drink tonight.
I am completely fine doing this. But can it wait till after the performance?
Looks at
Fair
the
point.
2 captains.
I mean, it's either that or clothes are going to be coming off during the performance, and
I don't think you need alcohol to do that, Gaius.
yes, but at least I can control what happens a little bit more.
God, you are just a man's whore.
Right? Maddie's
Um,
just
Maybe,
sitting there like
maybe,
this.
maybe we should wait till after the performance. I think Maddie might pass out if any clothes start coming off.
At
And
the very least, we have our teams picked.
mhm.
I will at least need one more drink before clothes start coming off.
Oh
So
dear. Yeah.
maybe
And-
we should wait.
And at that moment, you see Gentle kind of raise her voice. She goes, "All right, everybody, if you want to get into the main room here, we're going to be starting the famed, worldwide famous Sargentian Idol, and all of our contestants, I'd like you up on the stage, please. We're missing a judge. I'm going to go see if he's upstairs." And she disappears for a second.
all right, I'm gonna go get into my spot. If anyone asks us where you've seen me, no, you haven't. And I just like scan, like I do my thing where I go up to the rafters, but I do it in a way where like no one else sees me, so none of the other drunk patrons get an idea.
Just pulls a John Wick, but goes upwards instead of.
Just climbs the wall like Spider-Man. No one knows how.
Oh, like
It's
the grandma in that what was that movie?
Oh,
The
God.
evil
I was
grandma?
gonna say it was more like Tom and
Legion.
Jerry with
Yeah.
Tom just
Oh,
like
yeah.
doing the
Legion.
finger crawl.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Maddie Tercius, best of luck. I'm sure you will do great.
Oh, it's gonna be so much fun.
And at that moment, Gaius, you actually clock a young human man. He's got wavy auburn hair and a strong jaw as he walks by. He goes, Gaius, it is, how you say, good to see you. And he's got a lute under his arm and a snooty look on his face. You know this is Jasper, your rival, so to speak. He goes, I didn't even think you were going to make it. Don't you have a mom to sleep with?
He doesn't even let it phase him. He just grins as he just like pats Jasper on the shoulder. And just, as he's walking by, he's like, I did, but she told me that she was worrying about you all night. So I'm letting the old lady sleep.
He goes, oh my god. And his ears are red. He is just so flustered. He almost drops his lute. So he reluctantly goes up and stands next to you where all the other contestants are. In this line, you can see a young gnomish man. He's got kind of like heavy dark makeup on and dark hair that kind of goes like over one eye. You see an old man, very kind of wizened and bent, missing several teeth up there. Several other people, and you also see a tall, willowy figure in a veil with kind of longer limbs than what looks normal, but she's standing very demurely in front of everyone, and the veil gives nothing away. It's like a dark black veil. And I believe there's no one else quite of note. I just burped really hard. And then at that moment, Gentle comes downstairs with a snooty-looking elvish man who kind of looks irritated to even be here. You know him. His name is Simon Sowell.
Hell yeah.
His face looks like kind of like it's gotten a little bit like squished together, small beady eyes, but you know that he's really renowned for his poetry, which has gotten published several times in the Sargentian Post, etc. And then Gentle kind of walks up behind him. Since the winner of this is going to have like a rotating sort of set at the Rabbit's Foot, she's also one of the judges. They don't have a third judge, weirdly enough. But at that moment, she stands up, kind of claps her hand. She goes, all right, everybody, thank you so much for your patience. As of right now, we are going to commence with Sargentian Idol. So everybody grab their seats, and let's start this show. And that's where we're going to cut off for today. And we'll have to get to it next week.
Bad. We're finally all together in one room. Finally all together. Oh no, fireball.
God, that's okay. I'm just so grateful you guys are together. I won't throw a fireball at you for at least 10 sessions.
Okay.
So a delayed blast fireball.
Yes.
Otherwise
Yes,
known
that's
as a
right.
bomb.
You're right, Rosa. Sorry, it's next time. So 2 weeks from now, not next week.
Speaking of Weewa, I need to speak to the Weewa crew sometime soon about Tabletop Weekend, which is coming up on the 12th of April.
Ah. Well, you already know my answer.
I mean, you don't have a choice. You're part of the game.
Yeah.
I don't
It's
know what
more
that
of an
is.
idea of what I have for it, so we'll figure it out.
Okay.
But yeah, thank you everyone for tuning on in. I'm going to turn this music off because we don't need it anymore. If this is your first time here, this is not the only show that we do. Coming up on Monday, we are going to have another episode of Destiny Forged, which is our longest running show here on the channel, currently in its 4th campaign. Not this upcoming Tuesday, but the next Tuesday will be another episode of Star Wars Tales of the Outer Rim, which is a Star Wars game run by Tiltbot. Coming up on Thursday is going to be Mass Effect Horizons, which is a Mass Effect 5th edition mod that is run by Zorro. And then Saturday, we will be coming back here with another episode of Withered Waste, starting off in the afternoon, which is a 5th edition game that I run. And then we'll be coming back later that night at 8 for Vigilant 6, which is our homebrew superhero game that we play. And then us here on the Downfall of Propriety will be back in 2 weeks. So on April 5th will be the next time you have us here, and we finally get into the Bard tournament arc. But yep, for now we are going to head on off. Thank you so much everyone for tuning on in, and we will catch you later.
Goodbye.
Bye.